Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do I need to utilize the video? This is the
I can't hear you anymore.
I can hear now.
okay. It keeps doing something. Let's try it again. Are you able to hear me?
Good
Yes,
afternoon.
ma'am.
Everyone remain silent at this time. The court has not begun. The judge will be on shortly, please. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, hello. This is
Hi,
Attorney Beverly Taylor. How y'all doing today?
hi, I'm good. How are you?
Hello, can you hear me? Good, good, good. I represent Miss Brianna Rhodes.
Okay, Attorney Beverly, we'll get you down. We haven't started court yet at this time.
Okay, is it possible I could speak with her briefly on the phone number or
Room
something?
two is on and she's available. I don't know if she's in courtroom two or ACDC. They'll let you know.
Okay, all right, thank you. I'm just gonna I'll put my audio on mute, okay? And y'all let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for your patience. This is the State Expedited Accusations calendar in the State Court of Fulton County, Georgia. I'm Judge Melanie Williams. Today is May 27th of 2026. And at this calendar, we will address matters for those individuals who have been recently arrested, but the cases have already been formally accused and bound over to state court. Our defendants, please pay close attention. You have certain rights today. You have the absolute right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to counsel at this hearing today. As you can see, I'm conducting the hearing by video. I am not there in person with you. It's being broadcast as a live stream. It's also being recorded. That means any member of the public can log on and watch this. Those who receive a signature bond will be reset for the notice, whether that signature bond is through the jail or through pretrial services. Those who receive a surety or cash bond are going to our state all-purpose calendar where we can revisit the case. What is my reset date, Ms. Bridgewater?
Yes, ma'am. It's gonna be June the 9th.
All right, so those who receive surety or cash bonds are going to our June 9th state all-purpose calendar, whereby the case can be revisited. I understand Ms. Taylor needs to interview her client. Where is her client?
I'm sorry.
Is Ms. Taylor still present? Ms. Taylor, who is your client? Have all other defense attorneys had the opportunity to interview their clients today?
I have not had opportunity to speak with my client, Your Honor. This is attorney Ahmad Cruz, and I have the privilege of representing Miss Shakistia Benjamin.
Okay. Do we know where Ms. Benjamin is number 5? Is she on the count? Where is she? Is she at ACDC?
Yes, Your Honor, I need his phone number.
All right, Mr. Cruz, if you would please put a number or give us a number where you can be reached so your client can speak to you.
Absolutely. Would you like for me to put it in the chat or say it?
That would help. And if you can chat it to ACDC, that would be helpful so that everybody on the screen does not get your private information.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do that right now.
Thank you so much. All right, Ms. Taylor, is Ms. Taylor still here? I don't see Ms. Taylor. Okay, let's begin. We have a very long calendar today. Let's do our best to move through it efficiently. We'll be on hold for Mr. Cruz for a moment. Are there other private attorneys other than Ms. Taylor who we may have lost and Mr. Cruz? All right, let's begin.
We're gonna do Taylor's client if she's on number 29, Ms. Rose.
I don't think she is, and she needed to speak to her. So when she comes on, we'll need to give Ms. Taylor a number where she can speak to Ms. Rose. We'll come back to you, Ms. Rose. We're gonna try to get hopefully your attorney will be logging back in.
I'll go number 11, Ms. Collins.
Your Honor, can we go 1 and 1, courtroom 2, then back and forth?
That's more than fine. Yes, we can. And I'll do my best to get us all out of here at a decent hour. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, all right, Ms. Collins, your case number is 26CR003426F. In this matter, you're charged with battery, family violence. You understand your writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Hardy, may I please have that history?
This is the first arrest.
Thank you. All right. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. Good afternoon. We're asking for a $3,500 good bond in this case with conditions no further contact with Alexis Parker and to stay away from 900 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard in Atlanta. These facts allege that roommates were arguing. The defendant threatened to beat the victim up, so the victim told her to just go back to her room, and the defendant punched her in the face, leaving swelling and bruising to her eye and small cuts on her right shoulder. We were able to speak with this victim, Alexis Parker. She says she's known the defendant since 2019. She says the defendant moved in with her because she was having some issues with her now ex-boyfriend. And that's kind of how they met. The defendant was making her uncomfortable. They set a boundary saying the defendant would not be bringing men into the apartment again. But I believe at this day, she was brought up that she was still angry about her not being allowed to have boys in there. So they didn't really speak. On the incident of this day, the victim's ex-boyfriend was over there to help her pack because they wanted to move out. So the victim had her boyfriend leave. And then a few minutes later, the defendant entered the kitchen, slammed a bunch of her stuff on the stove, and that's when the incident started. The incident only stopped because everything on the stove had caught fire and was smoking everything. The victim says she does not hate the defendant, but feels like this was completely irrational. She definitely wants a no further contact and to stay away from her and her family. She says the defendant knows where her family lives and believes she might go there. The victim would like the defendant to have a cash bond. However, considering her lack of history, the state's only asking for a $3,500 good bond, with conditions no further contact and to stay away. If we could sound for Miss Parker, in case I missed anything.
All right, is Ms. Parker present and wishes to address the court? Very
Yeah.
briefly. All right, you'll need to turn on your camera, raise your right hand, and wait for instructions.
Absolutely.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. What I'm most concerned with are not the facts of what happened. That'll be fleshed out at another point. I'm most concerned with concerns that you have for your safety and desire for contact with the defendant. In light of those instructions, what would you like to tell me?
I simply just would like no further contact with her. I don't want her around me. I don't want her around my family. Like I said before, I do not hate the girl. I don't want anything extra to come out of this. I agree with the bond you guys have set for her. Wish her nothing but the best.
All right. I appreciate you coming to court, Ms. Parker. Thank you for making that statement. Who represents Ms. Collins?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, please proceed, Ms. Penn.
Your Honor, we're going to be requesting a signature bond. Ms. Collins is 25 years old. And she did graduate from North Atlanta High School. She did attend Spelman College. She currently is working at CNW Collision Center, where she is at risk of termination. And Your Honor, we're going to ask for a signature bond, one for the lack of history, but also because even though the alleged victim wants the defendant to stay away from her and her family, she's not saying that she fears for her life. She's just asking for no further contact. And my client is wanting the same thing. So we'd be requesting a signature bond for those reasons, Your Honor.
Right, defendant is going to receive a $3,500 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. She is to have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from that location. She can return one time with a member of law enforcement should she need to do so. She's also going to take the 1-day anger awareness course. She's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. The matter will be reset for the notice. Is there anything additional from State of Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, Ms. Collins. And I did see that Ms. Rhodes' attorney was back.
Yes,
Ms. Taylor, do you need to speak to Ms. Rhodes?
I did want to speak to her briefly, Judge, if I could.
All right, can we have the number where Ms. Taylor can give Ms. Rhodes a call?
404-612-39. Hold on, I'm sorry. Yeah, 404-612-2060.
2080.
60.
I'm sorry, what now?
2060.
2060. Okay, I'm gonna call now.
All
Okay.
right, we're gonna go to ACDC. Who do we have?
Position 17, Harper.
All right, Ms. Harper, good afternoon. Your case is 26CR003423L. You are charged with criminal trespass and damage to property. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Hardy.
The last arrest was October the 7th, 2011 out of Hall County for a probation violation. There are 7 arrest cycles. There was a misdemeanor conviction in 2011 for driving while license suspended or revoked, DUI in 2010. Nothing further to report.
All right, thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for $1,000 good bond with conditions no further contact with Tariq Ellison and to stay away from 115 Hilliard Street in Atlanta. In this case, the defendant came into his home, asked for $8, to which the victim said no. So the defendant became irate, swung a fan into his 32-inch television, breaking it. It did cost $300. The victim called 911, and because he called 911, the defendant left. So this was on the 19th of this month, but we just picked her up. We were able to speak with Mr. Ellison. He says he knows the defendant because she was somebody he would look out for. He confirmed the events in the warrant. He says he does not have any money for, or he says the victim does not have any money for restitution. He has had to buy another TV, but is not seeking restitution for that reason. However, for all these reasons, we are asking for $1,000 good bond, no further contact, and to stay away from his location. I don't believe he was going to be on today, but if we could sound for him just in case, Mr. Ellison.
Mr. Ellison, present, wishes to make a very brief statement. Hearing none, Ms. Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. We'd be requesting a signature bond at level 1. The TV has been replaced. The alleged victim is not seeking restitution. They have still been in contact, Your Honor, and so there's no reason for her to have no further contact with him. I have advised Ms. Harper about how to stay away from situations like this. She is remorseful about the situation. It did happen a while ago. She did not know that there was a warrant. And again, she hasn't had an arrest since 2011, Your Honor. For those reasons, we'd be asking for the signature bond at level 1.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $2,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. She's gonna take the 1-day anger awareness course. She's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim, but I am gonna direct that she stay away from that location. Have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. This matter will be reset further notice. Is there anything additional from the state of the defense? All right, hearing none, best of luck to you, ma'am. That concludes the case for today. We'll go to Ms. Rhodes now. Is that who's sitting in courtroom 2?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Hold on one second. Ms. Rhodes, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 003405Y. You're charged with battery, family violence, simple battery, family violence, and simple assault, family violence. Do you understand your rights today? You're muted. You can say yes, just nod your head. All right. All right, Ms. Hardy. Am I frozen? Ms. Hardy, are you present?
Okay, I was gonna say, I thought it was me. Okay.
Okay, did we lose Ms. Hardy? Okay, whose case is this for the state? Ms. Spear, can we get the history from you if this is your case?
Yes. Sorry, it was taking a long time for my stuff to come up, and I don't know why. This is Miss Rhodes, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Criminal history, 2020 ag assault, armed robbery that got dropped, robbery and possession of a weapon, First Offender Act. That's her only history that I show.
All right, thank you. Would you like to give us your recommendation in this case?
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular instance, the defendant lied about delivering flowers to one of the occupants of the apartment complex at 10 Tower Street where her husband was staying. She knocked at the door around 3 o'clock, I guess. Victim looked through the peephole, didn't see anyone. He opened the door. She pushed her way in. Then she began striking him with her purse. He hit the back of his head and his face. He contacted security who escorted her out of the building. State is recommending $2,500 per charge. FVIP, no further violent contact with Aaron DeLee. I hope that's how you say it. He is present, or he said he would be present on Zoom, and to stay away from 10 Tower Street. If we could sound for Mr. DeLee, if I said that right. He
Can you
did say
spell the last name for me?
Delee.
All right. Is Mr. DeLee present, wishes to make a brief statement? If so, please unmute, raise your right hand, and wait further instructions. All right, Mr. DeLee, do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
Are most concerned not with what happened, but your concerns for your safety and desire for contact. What would you like to tell me?
Yeah, Brianna, she's a wonderful person. She's just going through a lot as far as her work and just things on a day to day. It just went overboard as far as yesterday, and I want her home.
All right. I appreciate you coming to court to make that statement, Ms. Taylor.
Judge, Brianna is 31 years old. You heard Mr. DeLee. They are married. He, I guess, believes he lives at those apartments there at Atlantic Station. He's not afraid of her. And Judge, I would ask the court to consider a total bond of no more than $3,500. No violent contact. She doesn't have any problem with the no contact, but no violent contact is that he's indicating he does want contact with her. But we would say no violent contact, and I'd ask for a total bond of $3,500. We don't have any problem with her taking a class, a 1 day class, or whatever class the court believes will be appropriate in this situation, Judge. You heard him say that this was not a normal thing. It was an aberration as far as their relationship is concerned. So we'd ask the court to allow her to take at this point, to take a 1 day class, maybe a 6 hours, and any other conditions the court believes would be necessary.
All right. Defendant is going to go ahead very quickly, Ms. Taylor.
She does have a 2-year vocational degree, Judge. She is employed.
Okay. Defendant is going to receive a $3,500 surety bond, 2,000 count 1, 1,000 count 2, 500 count 3 for the total of 3,500. I am going to require that she enroll in FVIP, which is a longer course. She's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional?
Not from the state.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Taylor, that concludes your business?
Yes, it does, Judge. Thank you.
All right, take care and have a good afternoon.
Judge, did you say this was a surety bond?
I did. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Have a good afternoon. We'll go to ACDC, then we'll try to take the other private attorney. Who was that? ACDC?
33, Ms. Thomas.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. Thomas. Your case is 26 CR 003385A. You're charged with simple assault and simple battery. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Hardy, are you there?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we lost you for a moment. May I have this history, please?
The last arrest was April the 2nd, 2018 out of Bibb County for disorderly conduct. There's 6 arrest cycles, 2019 criminal trespass and harassing phone calls, 2018 disorderly conduct out of Bibb. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. And Ms. Fear, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. This happened at Grady Hospital. Nurse Sharp was attempting to triage the defendant. The defendant said, I will sit down wherever I damn well please, then cussed her out. So the Nurse Sharp asked that she be escorted out. She was told to leave. On the way out, defendant bumped into the nurse with her body. The force of the bump knocked her against a chair and a computer. Security arrived, at which time the defendant also attempted to strike Nurse Sharp in the face with a closed fist. States noting that there's already a $780 surety already set for one of the charges. We ask that $780 surety apply to the second charge. No further contact with Nurse Kathleen Sharp. Stay away from Grady, 80 Jesse Hill Drive, absent medical emergency or verifiable appointment. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. It is my understanding that Nurse Sharp is at work and unable to join us today.
All right, let's still sound for Nurse Sharp. Hearing none, Ms. Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Thomas is 50 years old, and she is a teacher by trade. She was working at the YMCA as a pre-care as a pre-K teacher, excuse me. She was seen because she was having issues with some she was having chronic pain for some of the issues that she's been having. She recently was in an altercation. Her body was in pain. So when the nurse was instructing her to sit, she was trying to find a comfortable way to sit. And she is scheduled for surgery at Emory in the upcoming, I believe she said in the upcoming week. She does believe that the nurse was being disrespectful. She thought the nurse called her out of her name, which escalated the situation when security was coming into the room. However, she does understand how her actions as a whole contributed to the situation. She is willing to go elsewhere for care. We're just going to ask that she receive a signature bond, Your Honor. She hasn't had issues in quite a few years, and so we'd be asking for a signature bond at level 1 or level 2 if possible, so that she can be released and get herself stable so that she can go and have her surgery next week.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $4,000 signature bond at level 2 per judge, 2,000 on each count. She is to take a 2-day anger awareness course. She's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case and stay away from Grady Hospital unless she has a medical purpose to be there. She's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, Ms. Thomas. That concludes your case. Can we go back to Ms. Benjamin? Is Mr. Cruz on the line? Let's see, Mr. Cruz. Mr. Cruz, are you present?
Mr. Who?
All right, there you are, Mr. Cruz. All right, let's
Yes,
proceed
ma'am, I
with
am
Ms.
present.
Benjamin. All right, let's proceed with Ms. Benjamin's case. Ms. Benjamin, your case is 26 CR 003370E. In this case, you're charged with battery, family violence, and criminal trespass and damage. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Hardy.
Their last arrest was July the 5th, 2010, out of South Carolina for a DUI. They have 2 arrest cycles, arrests out of Florida and South Carolina. Misdemeanor conviction in 2011 for a DUI. Nothing further.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was DUI, and the last one was what, Ms. Hardy? I missed the date of the last arrest was
It was July the 5th, 2010.
2010. Thank you. All right, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a 2,500 good bond on the battery family violence and 1,000 for the criminal trespass and damage for a total of 3,500 to have no further contact and to stay away from this location at 281 Preston Lane, Atlanta. Sorry, no further contact with Tarika Craig. And also to complete an alcohol and drug evaluation and any recommended treatment while out on bond, to have absolutely no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. These facts allege that an argument over the defendant contacting an ex-girlfriend led to the victim trying to take his phone, which escalated to the defendant throwing glasses around the room, biting the victim on both forearms while the victim was trying to restrain her for causing more damage. There were visible bite marks on the victim. We did speak with Tarika Craig. She says she and the defendant have been together for 6 months, married for 3. They share no children and do not currently live together. She confirmed the events in the report. And she says nothing like this has ever happened before, but she would like the defendant to take ADET. She says the defendant is prescribed medication and tends to drink on those medications, which is a big issue, and that she was under the influence at the time of this incident. Victim says she will be graduating soon, knows the defendant would like to be present, and the victim will be on Zoom to speak. If we could sound for Ms. Craig.
All right, Ms. Craig, if you are on the Zoom, please unmute, raise your right hand, and wait for the instructions. It's Ms. Craig. I'm sounding for Ms. Craig. All right, Mr. Cruz, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I've spoken with Ms. Craig, Your Honor. I've also spoken with my client. So to let you know the facts of this case, this was a situation where, as the prosecutor stated, that there was a text message to my client's phone from a ex individual that led to my client being attacked by Ms. Craig. The bite marks on the forearm, and this is from my conversation with Ms. Craig and my client. The bite marks on Miss Craig's forearm came from when she was choking my client, and my client bit Miss Craig to get her off of her. My client was actually the individual to call law enforcement to come to the scene. There was throwing of items. When my client was throwing items, it was to prevent Miss Craig, who was trying to charge at her. She was throwing items to try to stop Miss Craig for making contact with her before calling law enforcement. Once law enforcement was called to the scene, law enforcement spoke with both Miss Craig as well as my client, Miss Benjamin. According to Miss Craig, and this is what Miss Craig stated to me, I've spoken to her today, I spoke to her yesterday as well. According to Miss Craig, the reason my client was arrested was because Miss Craig was the only one with the injuries. And law enforcement, because Miss Benjamin didn't have any visible injuries, law enforcement made the decision to arrest Miss Benjamin. As far as Mrs. Craig's wishes, Your Honor, she's fine with no violent contact. I talked to her about that. She's fine with no violent contact. My client is as well. As far as the address where this took place, the 281 Preston Avenue Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia, my client has items at the home that she would like to get. Again, Miss Craig has no issue with no violent contact with her. And as far as the no alcohol, no drugs condition, uh, from my understanding, there aren't any allegations of alcohol being involved in this, so that isn't anything that is needed for a bond condition. And as far as no drugs, drugs are unlawful unless they're lawfully prescribed. We would ask that our client she wouldn't need any conditions related to drugs nor alcohol, Your Honor. So we're asked that those two are removed. And we would ask for $1,000 bond per. So for the battery, we would ask for $1,000 bond as well as for the criminal trespass. We would also ask for $1,000 bond for a total bond of, and I think I said it wrong, criminal damage, excuse me, for a total bond of $2,000. But this is a case based on my conversation with Ms. Craig, as well as my conversation with my client, that we think, law enforcement does amazing work, but we think here they jumped the gun a little bit and arrested the wrong person.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $2,000 surety bond, $1,000 on each count. She is to have no contact at this time with Ms. Craig. That can be revisited at a later date. And stay away from that location. She can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items she might need to collect. She's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. The case will be reset to our state all-purpose calendar on the June 9th calendar, whereby aspects of the case can be revisited, including contact. Is there anything additional at this time, Mr. Cruz or Ms. Tucker?
Ma'am, how will we receive notice of the June 9th court date?
If she makes bond, you don't have to come to that calendar. It's typically for those who still remain in the Fulton County Jail. But there, if you want to contact the clerk's office and speak to the prosecutor assigned at that time, you can feel free to do so. But typically, like I said, it's for those who have not made bond.
And I do know one thing, maybe an issue with the no contact, because Ms. Craig as well as Ms. Benjamin discussed no contact with me. If she makes bond and we would like to appear on the June 9th, can we? Or we wouldn't be heard on that day?
Depends on the judge presiding, but typically the prosecutor would be present and there would be a presiding judge who could consider that. But for now, the no contact will remain. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
All right. And of course, you can feel free to file any motions you wish, Mr. Cruz, that you feel might, address some of the outstanding issues in this
Yes,
matter.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We would do the same.
All
Understood.
right. Does that conclude your business today?
It does, Your Honor.
All right. Take care. Have a good afternoon.
All right,
Bye-bye.
you as well. Thank you.
All right. Who do we have next?
Number 13, Ms. Cunningham.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. Cunningham. Your case is 26 CR 003379Y. You're charged with 3 counts of battery family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Hardy.
No history to report at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Judge, we are asking for a $5,000 good bond on each charge for a total of $15,000. with conditions no further contact with Dante Norwood, Trayvon Norwood, or King Cunningham. These facts allege that the grandmother of these victims, Miss Keisha Cunningham, arrived at home, found the defendant outside taking shots in a male's car while the children, all aged 12, 9, and 5, were left alone in the home. When they entered back into the home, the defendant started beating all three of them with a belt, leaving bruising, marks, and bumps on their bodies. She also kicked the 9-year-old Trayvon in the stomach after striking him with the belt because she was upset that her mother was calling the police. Dante, the 12-year-old, had a bump on his forehead. Trayvon had tenderness in his right lower quadrant from being kicked. And the smallest one had redness on his right wrist from being struck. We did reach out to DFACS, and I do believe, and we also spoke with Miss Keisha Cunningham, the victim's grandmother, who said the defendant was previously diagnosed with some MH issues, but she is not. This is her last straw. She says that the defendant and her children have lived with her since November 25, but now she wants the defendant to leave and leave the children at home, leave the children alone. She says that she abandons these children frequently, and she took off work to keep the kids. She needs space from her and the children, and she will be on Zoom to speak with us today. Yes, we did reach out to DFACS. She said there's no current open cases, but there is old history, including a case from August 2025 and a case from November 2025 in both Fulton counties and Douglas counties. If we could sound now for Miss Keisha Cunningham.
Before we do that, the alleged victims in each charges are minor children, correct?
Correct.
And DFACS is investigating at this time?
So there was no open DFACS currently.
Right, but is there one now that this has happened?
Probably, yes. This just occurred on the 25th, and she was just arrested yesterday. And I believe Miss Cunningham, the grandmother, wants to open a case.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Ms. Cunningham, if you wish to make a brief statement, again, your statement will be brief, and I'm going to give you some instructions. If you wish to, please turn on your camera, raise your right hand. I see you on the line, Ms. Cunningham. If you wish to make a statement. All right. There you are. You swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down. Again, the facts of the case are not of the most importance here. What I'm most concerned about is you clearly have some concerns for the children's safety. Please don't get into any medical issues. The prosecutor may have alluded to those, and there will be another opportunity for us to flesh out the facts. But again, I'm most concerned with the concerns you have for the safety of the children. What would you like to tell me today?
Okay, well, briefly, I want to say I love my daughter. I want what's best for her. I want her to see her succeed as a single parent. Still, again, you mentioned no medical. Okay, she's been under stress due to non-support from both fathers, financially or otherwise. I'm not justifying her behavior with the children, but I'm just saying, even when it comes to disciplining, she gets no support in that area.
Okay, so you do have concerns for the children's safety, and you believe that you wish to have contact with your daughter yourself?
I don't want to have any contact with my daughter, no, because there's some underlying issues going on between me and her. I just want to see her get some counseling, some therapy, as well as the children just need a thriving, loving, and caring environment to grow up in, and it's a lack there, especially with the fathers.
I understand. Thank you, Ms. Cunningham. I appreciate you making that statement. All right, Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. So Ms. Cunningham is a native to Atlanta. She's 30 years old. Clearly, she has 3 children. She graduated from South Atlanta High School, attended Spelman College. She currently is working to become a life coach. And there's no evidence of any open cases through defects, so solicitor can't say that there is an investigation going on. Her mental health issues, again, are not relevant at this point. A lot of what Ms. Cunningham expressed about her daughters was a concern based on lack of support coming from fathers. In the report, it does say that the reason that she was disciplining the children was because something was broken in the home. And so something was broken in the home and she went to discipline her children. I think the police were called as a result of that. However, it's not any evidence that she is neglecting her children, being outside for a short period of time. Your Honor, I don't think supports that she does not care or love her children and is not providing an environment for them to thrive in. And she does not have an extensive history, Your Honor. I think she has no history. And so what we'd be asking for is a signature bond through the jail so that she can go home. My client is okay with finding somewhere else for her and her children to go. And so we just be asking for her to be released so that she can go and make arrangements for that.
Okay, and the state's position was no contact at all with the children, correct?
Correct.
All right, so what we're gonna do is, and who, Miss Keisha Cunningham, you currently have all three children?
I do.
Okay. All right, this is what we're gonna do. Though this will have to be sorted out. This is a temporary fix, of course. Defendant is gonna receive a $3,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. She's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victims in this case. However, she's to stay away from that location. Um, Actually, for right now, she's to have no contact with the alleged victims. We can revisit that later, but for right now, she's not to have contact with the children. She's to comply with any defects orders, and she's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. She's also going to take a 2-day anger awareness course. And again, this entire matter can be revisited at a later date, pending further issues and investigation. Is there?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to object to complying with any defects orders. There are no defects orders.
Well, if there are a later date, I'm just making it clear that if DFAC says she can take the children back, Miss Patton, I think we would want that to be the situation, correct? So what I'm doing is, if later DFACS comes in, right now I'm saying that the children need to remain away from her. If DFACS comes and investigates and sees no problems, then of course we would want to comply with that order, correct?
I mean, hypothetically, yes. And
And then
if
if
something comes
it
about.
goes to another court date and more information is developed that says that she can have the children back then I think that what I'm saying is, I think that if DFACS does get involved, they would be in a great, a better position for us to figure out where the children should be. But for right now, I'm gonna until the situation kind of cools down some, we're gonna allow the children to stay where they are. Okay? But
Well,
I
Your
do
Honor,
note your objection.
okay. I just want to be clear that it's the no contact order with the children. When you're saying temporary, what does temporary mean? Because typically what happens is if this would be handled in family court. And so because there's no
Okay,
order, any
let's go into a
investigation.
breakout really quickly. I don't want to say all this on the record. Can we please put me, Miss Tucker, and Miss Patton into a breakout very quickly?
Thank you. I'm here. I'm talking to them now.
All right, defendant is going to receive the $3,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services, 1,000 on each count. She's to have no contact with the alleged victims, stay away from that location, and take the 1-day anger awareness course. She's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and the matter can be revisited by motion at a later date. As defendant is receiving a signature bond, I note defense's objections in this case. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense at this time?
Your Honor, I have that you said a 2-day anger awareness. Do you want it to be one?
Yes, ma'am. Take it down to 1 day, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Bridgewater. All right. Best of luck to you. Who do we have next?
Position 37, Miss White.
This is Miss DeCharlene White. Is that who it is? We have two whites. You're DeCharlene White? All right. Miss White, your case is 26 CR 003387F. You're charged with 1 count of battery family violence and 2 counts of simple battery family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, thank you, McCarty.
Their last arrest was July the 7th, 2020, out of Noonan for driving while license suspended or revoked. They have 2 arrest cycles, total arrests out of Georgia and Oklahoma. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm just reviewing to make sure I got my recommendation right. Let's see. The victim said that she was on TikTok Live talking to someone, potentially offering them a place to stay. That part's unclear. Defendant jumped on her back, caused her to vomit. Victim advised while she was vomiting, defendant pushed her head down into the vomit and struck her multiple times in the head with a closed fist. There were no markings visible on victim's head, and she denied medical treatment. State is recommending a $4,500 surety total. That's $2,500 for the family violence, 1,000 on each simple battery family violence. No further contact with Tamisha White. We have not had contact with her, so that is our stance. Stay away from 7534 Absinthe Drive. That's in South Fulton, and the Family Violence Intervention Program. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
All right, is Ms. Tamisha White present and wishes to make a statement? Hearing none, Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss White is 35 years old, and has been in Atlanta for 8 years. She currently, is working at Emory, as a case management, associate. She is at risk of termination, if she is not released soon. She is a high school graduate. She does have her master's from the University of Oklahoma. She currently is taking care of her niece and nephew. Her brother recently passed, and she is taking care of the children. She does have somewhere to go, and she is okay with no further contact. So we just be asking for a signature bond at level 1 so that she can, 1, return to her job, but also to assist with taking care of her niece and nephew.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond, 500 on each count. She's to have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from that location, and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional?
Yes, court.
Anything from Ms. Spear or Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. I do not believe that the alleged victim is there. I think she has left that location. So we'd ask that Miss White be allowed to stay at the location.
All right, she can return one time with law enforcement to make that determination. If the alleged victim is no longer there, she may return to the property. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, best of luck to you, Ms. White. Who do we have next?
Number 19, Ms. J.
I'm sorry, number 19.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Jett, your case is 26 CR 0034134134. I'm sorry, 13A. And in this case, you're charged with battery. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hardy.
No history to report at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Beard.
That's actually incorrect. She has a 2025 assault against an elderly or disabled person out of Texas. Combined with that previous charge and the allegations in the current case, we are asking for this to be a felony transfer. In light of the felony transfer, we are asking for a $25,000 cash bond or a $50,000 surety, no further contact with the victim, Ethan Davis, and 12 anger management courses. We have spoken to the victim. The defendant says they had barely been dating a month. He confirms everything in the report. Victim says defendant was intoxicated. He wants a stay away order and a no contact order. He says victim says defendant does not know where he lives and he would like to keep it that way. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons, and that is all from the state.
All right, is Mr. Davis present and wishes to make a statement?
Miss Joe?
All right, Miss Patton?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'm sorry, I'm not sure Mr. Davis is in the chat, but I do believe her mother is in the chat.
Yes, I am.
Well, that's okay. At these hearings, Miss Patton not only hear from the alleged victims, her mother will be able to advocate for her at a later date.
Yes,
Please
Your Honor, I just
proceed.
want to make sure
Yes, ma'am. Please
that was
proceed, Miss
clear.
Patton.
Miss Jet is 22 years old. She is currently self-employed. She does have her associate's degree from McClendon College out in Texas. She does have a 6-year-old. The 6-year-old is currently with her mom, and she does live in Texas. We would be requesting a signature bond, Your Honor. She has missed her flight to return home to take custody of her child. And Your Honor, we're not aware of any charge out of Texas. And it doesn't seem like it's a conviction. I didn't hear that. If I did, I'm sorry. And so we'd ask for a signature bond at level 1 for her to be able to make a flight home, to take custody of her child, and to get herself stable. She is willing to return her addresses up to date so that she can handle this case.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond. She's to have no contact with Mr. Davis and stay away from wherever he resides. She's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Her case will be reset to state all purpose on the 9th. Is there anything additional from State of Defense?
Yes, Your Honor, I just wanted to clarify for the record that the state had asked for a $50,000 cash bond in light of the violence in her history and the fact that she is no longer in a state.
Duly noted, all right?
Thank you.
All right, best of luck to you, ma'am. Who do we have next?
Position 20, Miss Job.
All right, Ms. Job, your case is 26 CR 003365A. In this case, you're charged with battery, family violence. You understand rights today?
Yes, Your
All right, thank you, Ms. Hardy.
The last arrest was December the 5th, 2023, out of Atlanta for a driving while license suspended or revoked. There are 8 total cycles with arrests out of Georgia and Ohio, an FTA from 2022. Nothing further to report.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Miss Job is also marked as a deportable alien in her criminal history. Miss Job was pulled over for some insurance, license, various charges in her vehicle. The vehicle was impounded. She called her boyfriend to come pick her up. When he arrived, she lunged at him when she got in the car and scratched his his face up. Victim did have sustainable injuries to his face. Both Officer Blanco and Officer Armstrong are witnesses to this. We are asking for a $2,000 surety, no further contact with the victim, Elijah Van Dorn, and the FVIP program. We have spoken to Mr. Van Dorn. He said he would be present on Zoom. He said he and defendant have been talking for a couple of months. They live together on and off, said everything in the warrant is correct. Let's see. He does want contact, so I guess we'll change to no further violent contact. However, he also wants her to stay away from his home. They both have their own dwellings, so there shouldn't be a need for a police escort for a one time to pick up her belongings, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. If we could sound bleh for Mr. Van Dorn, please.
Is Mr. Van Dorn present? If you are, please unmute, raise your right hand, and await further instructions. Please turn your camera on.
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down. What would you like to tell me? Again, I'm most concerned with concerns you have for your safety, whether you wish to have contact with the defendant.
Yeah, contact is perfectly fine. I don't have any concerns of my safety. I think it was just a heat of the moment type of situation, and she's going through a lot right now, and that's just pretty much the deal. I'm light skinned, so a lot of the scratches on my face arise easily. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, Ms. Spear, you did say no, the state was requesting a stay away, but no, you weren't asking for the no contact, correct?
We asked for no violent contact in light of the victim's wishes, and he said that he does want to stay away from his home, that there should not be, because they have separate dwellings, there shouldn't need to be a police one-time escort on that. So there is no stay away, just the surety, no violent contact, and the FVIP.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Job is 30 years old. She currently is working at Sunrise Pediatrics in Marietta. She's been there for 2 years, and she is at risk of termination if she is not released soon. She graduated high school in Maryland. She is a full-time medical assistant at Sunrise Pediatrics. And Your Honor, she did not know that the insurance was canceled. She did not know she was taken off the insurance. There was a miscommunication. There was payment for the insurance to Mr. V, and that can be handled later. But Your Honor, he is not concerned for his safety. In fact, he wants contact. And so what we'd be requesting is a signature bond, so that she can, one, return to her job and maintain her gainful employment, and also to go ahead and get her paperwork in order so that she can drive legally while she's, traveling.
All right, defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond. She's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim. However, she should stay away from that location. She's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and the case will be reset to the June 9th state of purpose. Is there anything additional?
Not from the state.
All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
30, Mr. Robinson.
Mr. Robinson, your case is 26 CR 003384D. You're charged with battery family violence in this case. You understand your rights?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Hardy.
The last arrest was May the 20th, 2026 out of Coweta for driving while license suspended or revoked. There's 5 total arrest cycles. There's 2 open cases. The first one is 22 SC 184087 for terroristic threats and acts, and then 25 PI 004596 harassing phone calls and terroristic threats and acts. Nothing further.
All right, thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes. The victim in this case, Miss Lampkin, it began as a verbal dispute in the vehicle. Mr. Robinson pulled over, asked her to leave the vehicle. As she was getting out of the vehicle, he approached her, struck her with a closed fist approximately 3 times in the face, causing her lip to bleed. We have not made contact with Ms. Lampkin, therefore we are asking for a $2,000 surety. No further contact with Ms. Jakaya Lampkin. Hope I said that right. Stay away from 1072 Cascade Avenue. FVIP, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And I'm sounding for Ms. Lampkin at this time. Hearing none, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Robinson is 25 years young, Your Honor. He was born and raised here in Georgia, and he is currently residing with his parents, and he does not reside with his alleged victim or complaining witness, Ms. Lumpkins. So he has no objection to no contact and stay away from that incident location, Your Honor. However, they do have a one child together, and he wants to make sure that he has a third party transfer to have a relationship with his own son, because he's the only son that he has. It's a son, right? Okay. Your Honor, he graduated from high school successfully and he is gainfully employed at a meat plant. He does production and he is a machine operator right now. And we would like to request for a signature on bond. If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask for $1,000 surety bond. Thank you.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from the location. He can coordinate transfer of the children through a third party. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and the case will be reset to the June 9th state all purpose calendar. Is there
Your
anything?
Honor, yes. Can I verify that the address is Campbellton Road and not Cascade Road? Because according to the warrant, it says Campbellton.
I apologize. That's probably my mistake. And if that's what the warrant says, that's what we're going to go with.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for catching that, Ms. Bridgewater.
You're welcome.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes the case for today. Who do we have next?
Position 23, Miss King.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. King. Your case is 26 CR 0033738. You're charged with battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hardy.
Their last arrest was October 13th, 2025, out of DeKalb for criminal damage to property. They have 3 arrest cycles, a misdemeanor conviction in 2014 for reckless conduct. Nothing further.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, and this is a dual arrest case, so I'm sure these facts will sound familiar to you when the co-defendant Antonio Brinson comes up. But we are asking for a $1,500 good bond with conditions no further violent contact with Antonio Brinson. While they were driving in the car, both parties were hitting each other, and the juvenile witness could not identify a primary aggressor. Brinson struck King, this defendant, in the face, leaving no visible injuries. And King, this current defendant, removed the radio from his car and threw it at him, causing cuts to his fingers as he attempted to block it. For those reasons, we're asking for that $1,500 good bond, no further violent contact with Mr. Brinson.
All right, Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss King is 41 years old. She does live with her son. She currently is working at Coleman of Georgia. It's a company that packs seafood. She's been there. It's a new job. She has been there a few weeks. She does have 5 children, with her youngest being 2 years old. She is okay with no contact, no further violent contact. They don't live together. After this incident, there is no intention of them being together. And so we'd be asking for a signature bond, one, so that she can go and return to her job so that she can maintain that to take care of her 10-year-old, but also to make sure that she gets herself stable and is able to avoid situations like this.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $1,000 surety bond. She's to have no further violent contact with the cross defendant. She's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and her case will be reset to state all purpose on the 9th. Is there anything additional? All right, best of luck to you, Ms. King. Can we take Mr. Brinson's case?
He's right here.
Thank you, Mr. Brinson. Your case is 26 CR 0033718. You're charged with simple battery family violence. You understand your rights? All right, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was February 14th, 2019, out of the cab for an FTA. There are 17 cycles out of Georgia, 1 out of Alabama, and 4 out of Louisiana. There's a 2005 trafficking controlled substance, 1999 aggravated assault, a 2019 criminal trespass, FTA from 2019. Nothing further to report.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, considering he's got a higher flight risk, you did hear that FTA out of Georgia. He's got a fugitive from justice charge out of Alabama, 2019, a hit and run out of Louisiana, 2016. The facts are the same as I just recited them. We're going to ask for a $1,500 good bond, and again, no further violent contact with Tiffany King.
All right. Is there a conflict attorney or?
Yes, this is conflict. This is conflict case, Your Honor.
Right, is there a conflict attorney? Oh, we do not have one today, okay. All right, so Mr. Brinson is gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no further violent contact with the, cross defendant, and he's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. The case will be reset one time to, what is today, Wednesday? I'm gonna ask that he be added to Friday's SEA calendar in the hopes that a conflict attorney will appear. And if the one is not present or he does not make bond at that time, he'll go to all purpose on the 9th. Is there anything additional? All right. Mr. Brinson, so you have $1,000 surety bond with a no further violent contact. You're gonna be reset to Friday in the event you don't make bond, all right? Best of luck to you.
Bond.
You can make a bond.
Next is position 32, Ms. Stevens.
All right, Ms. Stevens, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 003407B. You're charged with theft by taking. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Hardy.
The last arrest was December the 6th, 2025 out of Fulton for an FTA. There's 31 arrest cycles. They appear to be on probation for simple battery family violence under 25 CR 007860B. Of felony conviction in 2024, theft by shoplifting, 2020 identity theft. There are three felony convictions outside the last 10 years, FTAs from 2023 and 2 from 2025. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Spear?
I show a felony FTA from 2025 and 2 misdemeanor FTAs from 2025, in addition to a probation violation in 2024. I have 32 cycles, but yes, 2021 theft by taking, 2022 theft by taking. Long and short of it is she's up for a felony, but we're not sending it at this point. She was caught on surveillance camera taking an iPhone off the counter and then found on a Eco ATM, the ATM machine that you put the phone in and they give you money. We have the footage of that as well. There's already a $1,000 surety already set. We feel at this time that is more than generous in light of her lengthy record and borderline felony status. Not sure if the victim, Miss Deborah Jackson, is on with us, but we'll ask that the $1,000 surety at a minimum remain. I do have an inkling to increase it, but I will defer to the court on that if we can sound for Miss Deborah Jackson with no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
All right, Ms. Patton, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. We are going to be requesting a signature bond, Your Honor, acknowledging the history, the facts of the case. My client's not going to be able to is not going to be able to make that bond. She has a dislocated wrist. She's also set to have surgery at Emory on Thursday. They took the splint. She's not getting medication for that. And so we'd be asking for a signature bond, Your Honor, level 4 would be okay in this situation. We just need to get my client released so that she can prepare for surgery and get herself back on her medication and back to a place where she's stable.
Is she eligible with her 3 FTAs in the last year?
Okay, let's not do that, Ms. Spear.
I'm legitimately asking.
Let's not do that. Is Ms. Jackson present and wishes to make a very brief statement? Okay. Defendant's going to receive $1,000 surety bond. She's to have no alcohol, drugs, weapons. I do think she should stay away from that location. What was the location, Ms. Spear?
It was the Shell Food Mart. Where did I write it down? Oh no, that's the Kroger, where they tracked it.
I think she should stay away from
374 Cleveland Avenue.
All right, she should stay away from that location and have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And the matter will be reset to state all purpose on the 9th. Best of luck to you, Ms. Stevens. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
Yeah, number 16, Mr. Goodman.
All right, Mr. Goodman, your case is 26 CR 003421D. You're charged with battery family violence. You understand, right?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Hardy.
Their last arrest was May the 2nd, 2022, out of Gwinnett for driving without a license. They have one arrest cycle, appears to have a hold out of Duluth for an FTA. The date of that is July 6, 2022, and one out of Lawrenceville for a traffic offense. August 18th, 2022 is the date on that one. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, you did hear that history of FTAs, as well as the facts in this case are alarming. We're asking for a $10,000 good bond with conditions no further contact with Diante Robinson, as well as to stay away from 1147 Sim Street in Atlanta. The facts allege that this defendant and victim had been arguing via text all day, including the defendant sending threatening texts about beating the victim up. So when he got when about beating her up when he got home. So when he did, he slapped her several times, and body slammed her to the ground, leaving bleeding to her nose and lip, a large knot on her forehead, and lacerations to her neck and face. We were able to speak with Miss Robinson Sanford. She says she's known the defendant for a year and a half. She says they were friends and moved to Georgia from Philadelphia in June of 2025. They were never in an official relationship, but they have been intimate, and she has been pregnant. She's pregnant by the defendant, but they do not have any children yet. She said that ever since they got to Georgia, there have been issues. He started messing with her stuff, sending her threatening text messages. She says in this incident, he hit her in the head with an Arizona bottle and picked up a knife and threatened to stab her. We did not get this information till about an hour before court, so we will continue to look into this to see if this needs to be escalated. She says that this is the third time since they've moved to Georgia that he has put his hands on her and was violent with her. She's currently on the way to Emory Midtown to get checked out from everything. She definitely wants no further contact and to stay away. She will not be on Zoom because she's not ready to see this defendant again. And like I said, she's headed to Emory today. So for these reasons, we're asking for a 10,000 total good bond with conditions absolutely no further contact with Miss Stanford Robinson, and to stay away from 1147 Sim Street in Atlanta.
I know she said she wouldn't be here, but is Miss Robinson Sanford or Cap Sanford Robinson present? All right, Miss Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Goodman is 28 years old, Your Honor. He has been here in Georgia for about a year. He's gainfully employed. He actually has a small business. His family actually has a food truck business, and he is also working as a chef at the restaurant. Your Honor, he is currently pursuing associate degree for culinary, I guess, being a chef at the Morehouse College, Your Honor. They do not, the alleged victim and my client, they do not live together and they don't have any child. So my client has no objection to stay away, or, I mean, stay away from her place and no contact. However, the incident location where she does not reside, that place is actually my client's uncle's place. So he is currently residing with his uncle at that location. So he wants to be able to go back to his house after one time law enforcement officer has been visit to verify that she does not live there. And he has two more holds, Your Honor, Gwinnett County and Duluth Police Department. So we would like to request for the lowest possible bond. I understand that he may not be qualified for a signature on bond, and yet, considering the fact that he will be incarcerated quite a bit long, because he will be released only to Gwinnett County or Duluth jail, we ask for a maximum $5,000 security bond or $1,000 security bond. Thank you.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $5,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from that location. Once it's been determined by law enforcement that the alleged victim does not reside there, and to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. This matter will be reset to state all purpose on June 9th. Is there anything additional?
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Position 36, Miss Wallace.
All right, Ms. Wallace, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 003386Y. You're charged with cruelty to children in the third and family violence battery. Do you understand your rights today?
Afternoon, yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hardy?
No history to report at this time.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor, this is over some burned popcorn. Some daughters, sisters, one sister cooked, burned a bag of popcorn for the younger sister. The other sister and the mom started to get into it. Defendant said she saw her mother push the older sister who burned the popcorn. She thought they were fighting. So defendant says she ran into the room and struck her mother from behind. She also claims her mother grabbed her around the neck and choked her while they were fighting. There was visible bruising on both of the mother's arms. However, it looks like, based on the fact, she may be a diversion candidate. So the state is asking for a $250 cash bond, no further violent contact with the victim, her mother, Shanetta Wallace, 2 anger management courses, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
All right. Ms. Patton, I'm inclined to give your client a signature bond through, let me first sound with the victim. What's the alleged victim's name?
Shanetta Wallace.
Ms. Wallace, are you present? Wish to make a statement? All right,
We
Ms.
have not had contact with her either, Your Honor.
All right. And the I'm sorry, the alleged victim, that was her
That's her mother.
That's
Mhm.
her mother. Okay. What I'm inclined to do, Ms. Patton, is to have your client receive a signature bond at level 1, do the 2-day anger awareness course, and have a no further violent contact order at this time. Would you have objections to that?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $2,500 signature bond at level 1, 500 on count 1, 2,000 on count 2. I'm going to require the 2-day anger awareness course, and she's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim.
That's common sense. You ain't talking to them about my.
Okay, is that Ms. Wallace? And have no alcohol, drugs, weapons. Is there anything additional?
Not from the state, Your
All right, best of luck to all parties concerned. Who do we have next?
28, Mr. Pitts.
I'm sorry, it cut out for a second.
28, Mr. Pitts.
Thank you. All right, good afternoon, Mr. Pitts. Your case is 26 CR 003406J. You're charged with simple battery, family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Hardy.
No history to report at this time.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Spear.
Yes, this may be another eligible for diversion, being that he has no history and the victim is fine with contact. She had gone to the closet to retrieve clothing to leave. There was a verbal argument ensuing. The allegations are that defendant grabbed her by her shirt collar and pushed her into the door frame with one hand while snatching the bag of clothes out of her hand with the other. We would be asking for a 2,000, I'm sorry, I wrote down 2,500 surety, FVIP, no further violent contact with the victim, Alexandria Layfield, and to stay away from 4725 Walton Crossing. However, if the victim is present, it sounds like she would advocate for no further violent contact and no stay away. Again, due to the lack of history, this may be a diversion eligible candidate. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
All right, I'm sorry, and the last name again was?
Layfield.
Miss Layfield present and wishes to make a statement. I'm sounding for Miss Layfield at this time. All right, hearing none, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Pitts is only 23 years young, born and raised here in Georgia. Your Honor, they do live together, and this incident happened more than almost like 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago, and this is his first arrest. We asked for signature on bond, and also, Your Honor, no further violent contact. They have been living together, and they do have 2 children together. And he graduated from high school successfully 2021, and right now he's gainfully employed at Delta Airline, and I don't think that he is a flight risk at all. We would like to request for a signature on bond and no further violent contact.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $3,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. He's gonna take the 1-day anger awareness course. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim. He has to have no alcohol, drugs, weapons, and the matter will be reset further notice. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further from the Honor.
All right. All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Position 27, Ms. Page.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. Page. Your case is 26 CR 003382G. You're charged with battery, family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Hardy.
Last arrest was October 2nd, 2024, out of Fulton for an FTA. There are 3 cycles. Nothing further to report.
Yeah, we don't know what the underlying charge was for the FTA. Perhaps
One
not.
moment.
Okay, Ms. Spears.
I believe it's for a battery family violence. I have a 2021 battery family violence and a 2024 battery family violence, and then just the 2024 FDA. So I assume those are related.
Okay, please proceed, Ms. Spears.
Yes, this happened back in April. Brittany Anderson, the mother, was claims she was assaulted by the defendant, who is her daughter. Victim had returned home. The daughter asked for a t-shirt. Mom came out of her room, saw the defendant without a shirt on, sitting in her bra. She is 6 months pregnant. The defendant stood up, punched her mother in the mouth, and then left shortly thereafter. State's recommending a $2,000 surety, no further contact with the victim, Brittany Anderson, as we have not had contact with her, and stay away from 1073 Woodland Avenue. I guess we don't need FVIP, it would be anger management, my apologies. And no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. If we could sound for Miss Brittany Anderson.
All right, Ms. Anderson, I see you present. Please unmute and raise your right hand and await further instructions. Please unmute, raise your right hand. All right, please raise your right hand.
I can barely hear you, ma'am.
I don't know why. Please raise your right hand if you wish to make a statement.
Okay.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what would you like to tell me?
This is my daughter, and we had a disagreement that day, but what they're saying is incorrect. Tracy Summers is the one that actually did the battery on me. We went to court for her yesterday because I had to get a TP order on her. My
Okay,
daughter is
so
6 months pregnant, but she didn't do the actual crime.
all right, so do you have any concerns
They
for
look
your
alike.
safety?
They look alike. No, I don't have any concern for my safety. That's my daughter. She never hit me before in her life. I raised her.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like me to know?
That was it's Tracy Summers. That's the one that's been in my house starting up arguments and stuff. But she's no longer at my house. I had to get a TP order on her the other day, so it's a mix up. They look alike because they both have bald heads.
All right, I appreciate you coming to court to make that statement. Ms. Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Page is a native. She's 24 years old. She graduated from Thorough High School, or she went to Thorough High School. Did not finish. She got her GED from Atlanta Tech through a GED program. At this time, she currently is 7 months pregnant. Her mom, who, as you just heard, does not have a concern for her safety because it was someone else, is the one who's facilitating her in her living situation right now, supporting her through her pregnancy. And so, Your Honor, I mean, acknowledging the FTA from 2024, we'd ask for a signature bond still, considering her condition, and considering all the things that she has going on with her pregnancy, we'd ask for a signature bond or the lowest possible bond in this case, Your Honor.
All right, defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. She's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim. She's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and the matter will be reset to the June 9th state all-purpose calendar. Is there anything additional?
Not from the state.
All right, best of luck to you, ma'am. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
Mr. Torres Ramirez.
Do we have an interpreter?
Your Honor,
Is this?
interpreter request.
All right, there is no interpreter as of now. They're still trying to get one. So we may have to, if we can't get it, we may have to reset this case, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, which case was this? I didn't catch it.
Number 35.
Thank you.
All right, so I don't know if we're gonna have interpretation today, Ms. Kim.
I don't think we are gonna have one, but he waives the requirement for the having interpreter. So he wants to move forward.
I don't
And I
know
was
if you can do that, Ms. Kim, and you affirmatively have waived, you would have to waive his appearance, not, we would still have to make it if he's sitting here. And then you'd have to be able to explain it to him. Maybe you can use the language line again to explain to him.
He understands, Judge.
I'm sorry?
He understands.
Do you understand English, sir? And you understand what I'm saying now? You don't need an interpreter?
No, we're good.
Okay. All right. Mr. Torres Ramirez, your case is 26 CR 003414G. You're charged with DUI. Do you understand all of your rights today? And now I'm conducting the hearing. All right, Ms. Hardy.
The last arrest was October 14th, 2007, out of Fulton for a DUI. They have 2 arrest cycles. 2004, driving while license suspended or revoked out of Doraville. 2008, DUI out of Alpharetta. Nothing further to report.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Oh, sorry. There was a car accident at Old Alabama and Nesbitt Ferry. Apparently there were injuries. I didn't have a copy of the accident report at this time. However, the officer who responded believed Mr. Torres Ramirez to be under the influence. Signs of impairment included pink, watery eyes, the odor of an alcoholic beverage. He did SFSTs, further providing clues of impairment. A total of 4 out of 6 clues with the HGN, for example. There's a $2,000 surety already set. This would be his second in life, so we feel that that's more than generous, and we would ask for an ADET as well. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons with random screens. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Torres Ramirez is 48 years old, and he has been here in Georgia for more than 25 years. And Your Honor, he completed middle school, and right now he's gainfully employed at Trinity Company located at Alpharetta. He does maintenance and landscaping, Your Honor. He is legally married and yet separated. We would like to request for the lowest possible surety bond, $1,000 surety bond. We do understand that Your Honor may not be inclined to give him a signature on bond, but that's actually, I really prefer to have a signature on bond for him because the previous incident happened more than almost 20 years ago, Your Honor. And we asked for that. That's about it, Your Honor.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $2,000 surety bond. He's not to drive unless he has a valid license issued by the state of Georgia. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and the matter will be reset to state on purpose on the 9th, whereby aspects of the case can be revisited. Is there
Your
anything?
Honor, just in case, can we have a 10% share?
Not on this one, Ms. Kim, but I appreciate your advocacy. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
I'll go number 38.
No, position 40.
Position, I'm
Position-
sorry, yes. Go ahead. Position 40.
Miss-
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is Sunshare Wimby. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
your case is 26 CR 003388A. You're charged with hit and run, following too closely, erratic lane change, too fast for conditions, and reckless driving. Do you understand your rights? Is that a yes? Thank you. Mr. Hardy?
The last arrest was September 6, 2013, out of Henry County for criminal trespass. That's their only arrest cycle. Nothing further.
All right, thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, her driving history, she's got a super speeder in 2014, a 2016 speeding, 2017 failure to obey a traffic control device, and in 2021 failure to obey a traffic control device. In this particular instance, the defendant was coming around Campbellton Road. It was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon inside city of Atlanta. She ended up rear-ending a vehicle, and it was captured on the FUSUS cameras. The Hyundai was stopped in traffic traveling westbound on Campbellton. She rear-ends the Hyundai. She gets out, looks at her Jag, assumes everything's fine, I suppose, gets back in the driver's side, and takes off. At that point, they were able to calculate, let's see. All of this happens before the signals complete its cycle. She begins weaving in and out of traffic and changing lanes and nearly collides with yet another vehicle. The officer investigating was able to contact her on May 8th. She went on to say she would take responsibility for the accident and do all and take all citations that were under this. Unfortunately, she refused to answer phone calls and messages after that conversation. Footage shows that her Jaguar was speeding on Campbellton Road in excess of 60 miles per hour with a posted speed limit of 35 miles per hour. There is already a $3,000 surety assigned to each charge in this. We would ask that that remain with no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Wimby is a 31-year-old native. She currently is working at Sage, and she has been for 7 months. She graduated from Ingalls Landing High School, also from West Georgia, with a degree in mass communications. She is a registered driver. I mean, based on the footage in her account, she did not know that she hit the car. She just continued about her way. Your Honor, we asked for a reduction in that bond. She doesn't have anyone who can help her. She cannot afford to pay that bond at
One
that
second, Ms. Patton. What time was she booked in, Ms. Spear? Says 3 days. What time was she booked in?
Let me check.
That's what I'm trying to find myself. I'm sorry, Ms. Patton. You can continue while we look that up. Ms. Bridgewater or Ms. Champion, will you look at that too for me?
Yes, Your Honor. So, I mean, the last incident she had was from 2021. It's been a while, and so we just asked that you reduce the bond to the lowest possible amount so that she'd actually have an opportunity to make that bond.
Oh,
Okay.
could we sound for the if Your Honor wishes, the victim Celestine Beverly, she was the victim in the car accident
All
who
right.
said she would be intestined.
Is that party present? Wishes to make a very brief statement.
I am present.
All right, very briefly, because this is just a bond hearing. We're not going to get into the facts of the case. Please turn on your camera, raise your right hand.
Okay.
And is anybody able to check that time for me? Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
All
I'm
right,
still looking, Your Honor.
what would you like to tell me?
You talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Miss Wimby hip struck me from the rear on May 1st. She got out of the car. I thought she was coming to check on me. She looked at her damage, got back in her car and speeded off. No remorse.
All right. I appreciate you coming to court to make that statement. Thank you. All right, I'm looking at this and I believe this is Riverside, but if somebody else has something to add. Okay. Defendant's gonna receive a $5,000 signature bond through the jail, 1,000 on each count. She's to have no alcohol, drugs, weapons, and she's not drive unless she has a valid license issued by the state of Georgia. Is there anything additional from state or defense at this time?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and yeah, I do believe this is Riverside. She was booked in at 1 o'clock 3 days ago. So best of luck to you, ma'am. Who do we have next?
Thank you.
38, Mr. White.
Thank you, Ms. Champion. All right, this is Mr. White. Your case is 26 CR 003409B. You're charged with simple battery. You understand, right? All right, thank you. Ms. Hardy?
Last arrest was September the 15th, 2022, out of Coweta for possession of Schedule 2 controlled substance and obstruction. There are 7 arrest cycles in Georgia. There is a 2017 possession of marijuana less than an ounce. It appears that they got first offender on that and it was discharged in 2018. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular instance, defendant is caught on surveillance video of their place of business punching a juvenile in the back of the head. We also have a witness statement from several employees saying that the defendant punched the juvenile victim from behind. The victim began trying to defend himself. Statements include, it took several people to pull defendant off of juvenile victim. Victim alleges defendant punched him in the back of the head, pulled him to the ground by his hair, and proceeded to hold him down and punch him in the eye. We have not been able to reach the juvenile victim, Milton Talton. We are asking for a $3,000 surety, no further contact with the victim, and 12 anger management courses, in addition to no drugs, alcohol, or weapons with random screens while on bond.
And you said this is a juvenile victim, so is anyone here on behalf of that juvenile today? Okay, Ms. Kim?
Your Honor, Milton Bolton is not a juvenile. He is 43 years old, married to my client's baby mother, who has 3 children of my client. And they were co-worker at that incident location, which was my client's old work. And they were both fired after this incident, Your Honor. And my client denies the allegation. It is self-defense. At that time, no one was available. No one was kind of like able to determine who was the first aggressor. But my client is the only one who got arrested right now. However, he may be arrested a little bit later as well. This may become a dual arrest. And Your Honor, my client is 36 years old, and he is a native Georgian. He does have 3 minor children where he has 50% of parenting responsibility. Pays a lot of child, Your Honor. And all the money that he's making is mostly going to take care of his 3 minor children, Your Honor. After graduating from high school 2008 successfully, he got forklift operation license, and he is currently working at another company that he drives forklift. We ask for signature on bond through pre-trial, Your Honor, level 1. and he has no objection to stay away and no contact with him. Thank you.
All right, defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from that location, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and the matter is going to all purpose on the 9th. Is there anything additional?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Kim,
10% sheriff.
not for this one, Ms. Kim. All right. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Number 2, Mr. Arcos.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, can someone tell me what time Mr. Arcos was booked into? I saw a couple of these this morning, but I can't remember. My list was not well done. Mr. Arcos, your case is 26CR003367L. You're charged with DUI, striking an unattended vehicle, driving without a license, and no insurance. You understand your rights?
Your Honor, actually, he does not understand English at all. I don't feel comfortable. So
Okay.
unless
We may have a challenge here anyway. Hold on. Can somebody tell me what time Mr. Arcos was booked in?
I'm checking.
It's a lot of these that I saw earlier. Where's my list? We've got to do better with this.
He was booked on the 25th at 4:58 p.m.
Okay, he just made it, but he's gonna have that same problem if we don't have an interpreter. We're probably gonna have to reset him to Friday for interpretation purposes. And it would not be Riverside because that's not quite gonna attach. So we have to reset Mr. Arcos to Friday.
And Judge, he does have an additional hold, so I don't believe he would be getting out anyways.
Okay.
But
Well,
yes, as of right now, this is not a Riverside issue.
okay, so we'll reset him SCA Friday. All right, who do we have next?
Number 3, Mr. Baker.
All right, Mr. Baker, your case is 26CR003428D. I'm sorry, B. You're charged with simple battery, family violence, simple assault, family violence, 2 counts of criminal damage to property, and trespass, simple battery, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. You understand your rights?
Ma'am.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was April 7th, 2025, out of Johnson County, Iowa, for forgery. There's 15 total arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia, Iowa, and Nebraska. There is a 2025 felony conviction for forgery, 2024 aggravated assault and possession of a firearm, also aggravated stalking, 2024 gang offense. Appears that they're on probation on the aggravated stalking case, and then on the case for aggravated assault and possession of a firearm. Nothing further to report.
All right, thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge. The victim in that aggravated assault, 24 SC 000931, is the same victim in this case, and the victim in the aggravated stalking from 2023, that case is 24 SC 001025, is the same victim as well. So there's been a long history of violence between these parties. For the simple battery family violence, we are asking for a $5,000 cash bond. For the simple assault family violence, another $5,000 cash bond. On both of the criminal trespass and damage, we're asking for a $2,500 cash bond. On the simple battery, we're asking for a $2,500 good bond. And on the marijuana, we're asking for a $500 good bond. So this is going to be a split bond. We are asking for, I believe that adds up to $15,000 cash. If not cash, then no lower than $2,500 good. And then we're asking for $3,000 good on the simple battery and marijuana. The facts in this case allege that during an argument, this defendant was screaming and cursing at this victim. causing her to call 911 multiple times in the span of a few minutes in fear of serious injury. When he did finally injure her, he grabbed her by the collar of her shirt, ripping it. He also caused damage to her tote bag by pushing her down onto the coat bag, denting the corner. He also pushed victim Aden Horton, who is the victim's other son, multiple times in the driveway, who was just trying to stand up for his mom. A search incident to arrest found 14.8 grams of marijuana in his jacket pocket. We were able to speak with the victim, Miss Dixine Horton. She says she and defendant have been together since August of 2022. They share a 4-month-old daughter, and the victim has a daughter and another son, who is the other victim in this case. She says her daughters were asleep during this incident, but confirmed all the events in the warrant. Says he's been stressed because he hasn't been able to find work and has taken it out on her. She made a comment that made him upset. She does believe there are some AMH issues, but she called the police because she wanted him to get help and her to get help. She says he has not put his hands on her son before, but there have been times she did confirm that she was the victim in those 2 felony cases. And she believed that the charges were dropped, but I see that both of those cases, the ag stalking and the ag assault, were guilty convictions. She just wants him to get help. She does want help with the baby. So she does want contact. However, we explained to her, considering the history against her as well as the incidents in this case, we are asking for a no further violent contact with Dixine Horton and Aden Horton, Adon Horton. And we would be asking for that split bond with 15,000 good and 3,000, or 15,000 cash, excuse me, and 3,000 good.
I'm sorry, the alleged victim's name again was?
Dixine, Dixine Horton. That's the victim of the simple battery family violence, simple assault family violence. And the victim of the simple battery is Adon Horton, Adon Horton.
All right, is Dixine Horton present, wishes to make a statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
I
please
can't
turn,
come.
please
How do
turn
I?
your camera on.
Okay.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
All right, what would you like to tell me?
Honestly, when I called 911, I wasn't calling them to arrest him. Honestly, I was just calling them to give him an escort to his sister's house to de-escalate the problem. Devin has been doing real good. Since he's been out of jail. We just celebrated his anniversary of being free. Things have been mounting on me and him since I moved into a new house and we just having a new baby. I am dealing with postpartum depression, so at times I am verbally abusive towards Devin, and it does emasculates him, in terms of his current financial state. So he was a bit upset. But as far as the other night's events, he did not strike me or anything like that. He just grabbed my shirt and I slipped and fell on the container. So he didn't damage the container. The container was damaged because I was pulling back from him and I slipped and fell. As far as my son was involved because my son had grabbed him trying to hold him back and he pushed my son off of him. So, when the officers did come out, they heard a lot of yelling and stuff. So instead of them, I thought they were going to separate us for the night, but they ended up arresting him. And they had spoke to my son, one-on-one by himself. So I don't know really what my son told them. But Devin has been doing really good. He just really needs inmate help. And he just, as a matter of fact, I have his cell phone. And one of the temp services he did apply for, they did call him back for a job. So maybe that'll help him feel better while he's in jail.
All right, I appreciate you coming to court.
I do need help with my baby. We could co-parent, through third party or directly, however the court see fit.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming to court to make the statement, all right?
I thank you for letting me speak.
I'm sorry, say that again?
No, thank you for allowing me to speak.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you. Take care. Ms. Patton, please proceed. You're speaking, Ms. Patton, you're muted.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. Mr. Baker is 36 years old. He did attend Washington High School, got his GED in 2014. Currently is enrolled at Georgia Gwinnett College for a summer program, so he is trying to get himself stable. As you heard, there are multiple children between both parties. He does have a new 4-month-old who does need their father. And she doesn't have any concerns about her safety, so I didn't hear anything about that. Her goal was to de-escalate the situation. And so, Your Honor, for that reason, we'd be asking for the lowest possible bond set in this matter. He does want to get back to his family, and she wants the same thing. And so we'd be asking that he be able to return to the home to continue with his school program that he's currently enrolled in. So we'd be asking for a signature bond level 2 if possible. I don't remember anyone mentioning FTAs. So that's what we'd be requesting today.
All right, defendant's gonna receive an $8,000 surety bond, 2,000 count 1, 1,500 count 2, 1,000 count 3, 1,000 count 4, 1,500 count 5, and 1,000 count 6. That should equal 8,000. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim for now, and stay away from that location. Again, that can be revisited at a later date. He can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items, and he can engage a third party to coordinate transfer and care of the children. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and the matter will be reset to the June 9th state all-purpose calendar. Is there anything additional?
I'm just making sure that there's no further contact with both Dixine Horton and Aiden Horton.
That's a minor child?
Correct.
All right, for now, either of the alleged victims. All right? All right, best of luck to you, sir. Is there anything additional from the State of Defense? All right, who do we have next?
7 and 8, Mr. Burr.
All right, Mr. Burke, good afternoon. Your cases are 26 CR 003372G. You're charged with criminal trespass and disorderly conduct. You also have 26 CR 003374G, on which you're charged with disorderly conduct and obstruction. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Hardy?
Last arrest was October 1st, 2025, out of Union City for battery. There are 13 total arrest cycles. There is a 2004 possession of marijuana less than an ounce, driving while license suspended or revoked. There was a 1999 CWAC where they got first offender, and it was sealed in 1999. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge. I see 3 open cases out of 2025. They're not all necessarily in Fulton, but one for battery, family violence, one for intimidating a law enforcement officer, and one for simple battery, family violence. Considering this history as well as the facts, in this case, position 7, we're asking for a $2,500 good bond on the criminal damage and 1,000 on the disorderly conduct for a total of 3,500 good, with no further contact with Erica Doggett, to stay away from her location at 4640 Ravenwood Loop in Union City, and to go ahead and get started on the family violence intervention program when he does bond out. The facts in position 7 allege that when the defendant found out that the victim intended to file a TPO against him, he went and used a metal hatchet to strike and damage her front door. He was also yelling and being disorderly, and so for that reason, in that case, we're asking for 3,500, no further contact, stay away, and to begin FFIP. In position 8, We are asking for 2,000 good on the disorderly conduct and 1,000 good on the obstruction for an additional $3,000 total good bond to have no further contact with the same victim, Erica Doggett, to stay away from that same location, 4640 Ravenwood Loop in Union City, to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and again to start that FVIP course. In this case, officers responded to the home in reference to a combative man with a liquor bottle, but he left before the officers arrived, so the officers left. They were dispatched later this same day, the 24th, just a few days ago, to the same residence because the defendant returned drunk and the victim told him he could not stay there. The defendant started throwing money around, but then in his drunken state threatened the victim, "Give me my money or I'm going to beat the F out of you." Her 14-year-old son went to grab the defendant's firearm to defend his mother. The defendant then tussled with his son for the firearm and left the residence with it. The victim had had a TPO against him, but it had expired 2 weeks ago. Because as you remember, the incident in position 7 was from April of this year, and this incident happened on the 24th, just a few days ago. So where we are in this story, that officers had already come twice. Finally, that same night, they respond to the same location, and they did see the defendant out front, cursing, screaming, throwing items out of the garage. When officers attempted to approach him, he fled into the woods and had to be tased to be stopped. So these are very alarming incidents. He doesn't know when to stop. And so we are asking in this position 8, the $3,000 total good bond, in position 7, the $3,500 good bond. Both cases, no further contact with Erica Doggett, to stay away from 4640 Ravenwood Loop in Union City, and to start that FVIB program. We were not able to get in touch with Miss Doggett, but if we could sound for her now.
Is Ms. Doggett present? All right, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Clark is 46 years old. Even though he was born in Kentucky, he is kind of like a Georgia resident since he has lived here ever since he was a baby. Your Honor, he does have a one biological minor child who he resides together. And I believe his wife and my client, they are actually legally married and they have 3 children. He graduated from high school in 1998. After that, he got a license to operate a forklift, and he is currently gainfully employed, Your Honor. He denies the allegation, and he says that it was kind of like exaggerated, or he does not understand his case. And Your Honor, he is very locally involved. He's a safety leader at the community. They do have a homeowners association. He's the one who walks around and help out the neighbors to be safe. We asked for signature on bond, and yet if Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond because of the 3 open cases, we asked for the lowest possible bond, $1,000 surety bond. Thank you.
All right. And I did sound for Ms. Doggett. All right, and for the case ending in 3372G, defendant is going to receive a $1,500 surety bond, 1,000 on count 1, 500 on count 2. He said have no contact with Ms. Doggett and stay away from that location. For the case ending in ending in 3374G, defendant is also going to receive a $1,500 surety bond, 1,000 on count 1, 500 on count 2 with the same conditions, no alcohol, drugs, weapons, and the matters will both be reset to all purpose on the 9th of June. Is there anything additional from the State of Defense? All right, hearing none, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
21, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Johnson. And can we also check the booking time on this, please? Mr. Johnson, your case is 26 CR 003368C. You're charged with theft by taking and terroristic threats and acts. Do you understand your rights?
No.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hardy?
Their last arrest was August the 12th, 2025, out of Hall County for criminal trespass. They have 5 cycles, misdemeanor conviction in 2024 for obstruction, nothing further.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, Your Honor. We have spoken with the victim this. Victim claims that he and defendant were briefly roommates. The victim is reluctant to speak about this matter. He did say he would be on Zoom, but will not speak. His name is Emmanuel Obo. I think I said that right. This was shirt, pants, and pair of shoes, if I'm not mistaken. State's asking for a $10,000 surety. That's $5,000 per charge. Because I do show an open 2024 theft by taking, a 2024 burglary, and a 2025 theft by shoplifting. We are all the victim has asked that the $10,000 actually be a cash bond. He also wants a no contact order and a stay away. So we are asking for no further contact with Emmanuel Obo, OBOH, stay away from 505 Cortlandt Street, and an anti-theft course. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
All right, Ms. Spear, will you confirm for me the booking time?
Yes.
I'm sounding for Mr. Obo at this time. If Mr. Obo wishes to make a statement, this is your opportunity.
Excuse me, but what position is this?
This is position 21. I have that he was booked in at 10:39 a.m. 3 days ago. Does the state have anything different? Because otherwise, this is a Riverside issue.
I'm checking right now.
Okay. Ms. Kim, I'll allow you to say anything you wish at this time.
Sure, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson is only 19 years young, Your Honor, and he is still going to high school. He's expected to graduate 2028. He understands that he's kind of slow in the process because it takes some time for him to learn. But he is still enrolled in the high school. And as long as he is under 21 years old, I believe he can still go to high school and graduate. Your Honor, my client had no clue about this incident at all, and he says that Mr. Obo, Emmanuel Obo, was never his roommate. That's what my client claims. And he is also residing with his mother, and after he's currently working at Zaxby. He does basically everything.
Ms. Kim, I'm not to cut you off, but I believe this is a Riverside issue. I don't see anything dispositive to that effect. So defendant is going to receive a $10,000 signature bond through the jail, $5,000 on each count. He's to have absolutely no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from that location, have no alcohol, drugs, weapons. Is there anything additional?
Your Honor, I do show 5:25 at 10:33 a.m. is the arrest date and time. That's when he was booked in.
5:25?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much.
Hold on, wait. That may not be that. Sit back down. Let me
I
jump
show
up
booked
there.
5:25 at 10:39 a.m. That's what I show.
Okay, let me look myself too. Okay, so it is not a Riverside issue. I'm sorry then, Ms. Kim, please continue.
Okay, Your Honor, we would like to request for the lowest possible signature on bond pretrial level 1. Your Honor, he does not have anyone to pay for the bond, and Your Honor, first report is a crime, and this he denies the allegation and he believes this is a false report. We ask for the lowest possible bond. Thank you.
Okay, hold on. All right, defendant is going to receive a $2,000 surety bond, $1,500 on count 1 and $500 on count 2. He's to stay away from that location, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Is there anything additional from the state of defense?
Considering the fact that he's only 19 years old, can he please have a 10% sheriff's
Yeah,
program?
yes, he can do the 10% sheriff's program, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
26, Mr. Kwame.
My pleasure.
All right, I'm sorry, number what?
26.
All right, Mr. Akawanyu, I'm sorry if I'm saying it incorrectly. Your case is 26 CR 003381G. You're charged with simple battery, family violence. You understand your rights?
Ma'am.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was October 2nd, 2024 I'm sorry, it was April the 9th, 2021 out of Lovejoy for possession of marijuana less than an ounce. They have 3 arrest cycles, nothing further to report.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, Your Honor. The victim in this case is a Miss Raquel Castillo. They have been together, the defendant and victim, for about 5 years. They share one child and live together. Victim confirms the events in the warrants. She claims it was not strangulation. She could breathe while she was in headlock. She claims that the defendant attempted to engage in sexual intercourse, which she declined. That upset him. A verbal dispute occurred, escalating matters in which the subject matter changed to a Dodge Charger. The Charger is in the victim's name and belongs to her. However, the defendant had possession of the keys. The victim asked for the keys back. That further enraged him. That's when he put her in a headlock and began choking her. Once she was released, she said that the verbal dispute continued until 911 was called. When the officers arrived, the defendant returned the vehicle keys and attempted to leave the location. I do show another recent incident from May 16th, about 10 days ago, under incident number 261-360-410. That's between this defendant and this victim. Let's see. Victim said she would be present. Her name again is Raquel Castillo. We are asking for a $2,000 surety. No further contact.
Please hold. Please hold. Go ahead, Ms. Spear.
No further contact with the victim. Stay away from 1073 Woodland Avenue and the FVIP program, in addition to no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Okay. Ms. Castillo, if you wish to make a statement, please turn your camera on and raise your right hand.
Yeah, did I do it right?
We can't see you. Please bring the
Can you
thing
see me
down.
now?
All right, we can see you. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yeah.
All right, what would you like to tell me?
So the story that the lady said wasn't true at all. I don't know where any of that came from.
Okay,
So
what I'm most
I'm not
concerned
trying
with today, no, 1 second, please listen. What I'm most concerned with, do you wish to have contact with the defendant, or do you have concerns for your safety?
No, I don't have any concerns for my safety, and I do wish to have contact with the defendant. I don't know. I just was inquiring about him getting like a signature bond to be released as soon as possible. We do have a 1-year-old son together. I do tend to like act out of character sometimes, so everything that happened on Monday could have been completely avoided. He did not strangle me. I was able to breathe. There was nothing. He would just turn me around to grab my phone to avoid me calling the police because calling the police was unnecessary. He was gonna give me the car keys. He just wanted to talk, but I was not trying to talk. So I just feel like everything could have been completely avoidable. And I just request the lowest bond as possible if he could get out as soon as possible. He does start a job Friday morning at 9 a.m. And I do not have a sitter for our son, and I do work all week. So I just was inquiring about him, being able to get out. If today, by tomorrow morning, whatever we could do, there's no issues.
All right. I'm sorry, Ms. Spear, what was the amount that you requested? I'm sorry, before I go to Ms. Kim.
$2,000 surety.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms.
Are we
Kim.
able to do something lower than that? Because I do have to pay the bond, and we're like, he's just in between jobs, and I do like, we have a child, I can't afford that.
All right, we'll see, Ms. Thank you for coming to court. All right, thank you for making that statement. I will take what you've requested into consideration. Ms. Kim, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Okuno is 26 years old, and he is a Georgia resident, Your Honor. They have the complaining witness who is not really complaining. She and my client, they live together and they have a child together, Your Honor. And my client has associate degree and he is trying to go to school for HVAC license while he's working at security company from Friday 9 a.m. Your Honor, he does not have a lot of funds to pay for any bond. We asked for a signature on bond, considering the fact that he didn't have a previous violence case. This is third arrest. The one that he got from 2024 was something to do with marijuana that is less than 1 ounce. And we asked for a signature on bond and no further violence. Thank you.
All right, defendants are receiving $2,000 surety bond. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim. He is to engage in the FVIP course and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional?
Wait, can I know how much? So how much do I have to pay? Like, what do I have to pay for the bond?
Okay, you're gonna call a bonding company. I cannot give you any specific instructions, but he's gonna receive a $2,000 bond, okay?
Is that 10%? Can I pay 10% of that?
You
It
call-
don't go through them.
Okay, someone, you're gonna have to seek further information, okay? Best of luck to you, ma'am, and to you, sir. That matter is now closed at this time. Who do we have next? Oh, no. They lose the jail.
It does appear so. I don't see the jail.
Is it storming by you guys?
There they are. They're back.
Rain is
No.
No, but I live out in the middle of nowhere and it's sunny out here. So
Well,
All right.
actually, the sun is shining down at the courthouse, so, but you know, you can't go by that.
Ms. Kim, did you have any further statements regarding that matter? I think we got frozen.
Yeah, we got totally frozen. But did we get the bond yet, Your Honor?
It's a $2,000 surety, but he can go through the sheriff's 10% program. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You said
All
that
right.
you can or can't?
Okay.
I couldn't hear you.
And you can call me Miss Raquel.
All right. Who do we have next?
34, Mr. Thompson.
All right, Mr. Tomzak, your case is 26 CR 003404B. You're charged with simple battery family violence. You understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Hardy.
Their last arrest was March the 20th, 2019, out of Seymour, Connecticut, for operating under the influence. That did result in a misdemeanor conviction. That's their only arrest cycle, nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Spears?
Yes, this was a verbal argument wherein the defendant grabbed the victim's left bicep and right shoulder and pushed her across the room, which was witnessed by her daughter. There was no bruising observed. The victim, Ms. Farlow, asked that the officers not speak to the child. The victim proceeded to call 911 after the pushing. The defendant was attempting to vacate the apartment building, but was made it to the bottom of the stairs before the police stopped him and asked to talk to him. He did admit to pushing her during the argument. He said he grabbed the victim by the bicep and pushed her across the room. This is simple battery, so we cannot add the cruelty to children. We have spoken with the victim. Her name is Lucy Farlow. She wants no further violent contact. And she does think the FVIP course will be beneficial. We are asking for a $2,000 surety, no further violent contact with the victim, Lucy Farlow, the FVIP, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. If we could sound for Miss Farlow.
All right, Ms. Farlow, President, let's just make a statement. Please turn the camera on and raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, when I'm most concerned with concerns for your safety and desire for contact with the defendant, what would you like to tell me?
No, I do wish to have contact with Jacob, but I would appreciate a no violent contact.
Are you driving? Are you driving?
No, ma'am. I'm in the passenger seat.
Okay, the car needs to be, you cannot speak in a moving vehicle. So we're gonna have you pull over and then we'll come back to you. All right, Ms. Kim?
I'm pulled over now, completely stopped.
Okay, go ahead. Please proceed.
I agree with what Ms. Spear said, that I would like to have a no violent contact order, but I don't think it would benefit either of us to have a no contact order. He does have a relationship with my children, and I think that he and I can work together to amend the relationship. And I do think the FVIP would be beneficial for him.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you making that statement. All right, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Humbeck is 32 years old and he has been in Georgia for last 2 years. Your Honor, after graduating from high school, he went to college at Southern Connecticut State University for business, and he does have a job right now doing property management, Your Honor. Yes, we would like to request for no further violent contact, and also we ask for a signature on bond for pretrial. Your Honor, he did not have a violence history in the past, and that is exactly what we want. They do live together, they don't have any child together, and that's it, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $4,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. He is gonna take the FVIP course. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional from the state of defense?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, thank you.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Number 1, Mr. Allen.
All right, Mr. Allen, your case is 26 CR 003415G. You are charged with obstruction. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hardy.
The last arrest was May the 13th, 2026 out of DeKalb for an FTA. There are 18 arrests out of Alabama and Georgia. A felony conviction in 2026 financial transaction card theft. 2024 unlawful to remove cargo from aircraft terminal. Possession of a firearm possession of a firearm in 2026. There appears to be 3 probation cases. Nothing further to report.
All right, thank you. Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $2,000 good bond, and to stay away from the Beltline. Officers were dispatched to the Beltline on report of a man exposing himself. They found a man just matching this description, wearing a white shirt and blue jeans. And while officers were calling in for more info about that suspect, the defendant started stripping down to his red boxers, pulled scissors out from a shopping cart, and pointed at a lady walking by, scaring her. And then when officers approached, they asked him to drop the scissors. He made a stabbing motion at them first, then dropped them to the ground. When officers attempted to approach, he snatched away, resisted arrest, evaded capture by running, and had to be taken to the ground. Between that, as well as all his FTAs, I've got 1 in 25, 2 in 24, and 1 in 23 out of Florida. We are asking for a $2,000 good bond with a stay away from the entire Beltline.
All right, thank you, Ms. Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Allen is 37 years old and has been in the Metro Atlanta area for 3 years. He did graduate high school. He also did attend school in Jackson State University. And Your Honor, we'd be asking for the lowest possible bond in this amount, in this case. Mr. Allen does not have any gainful employment at this point, and any bond set in this case, Your Honor, is going to be like no setting no bond. And also the report says that the scissors were in the air. He does do some odd jobs where he does do hair on the side, and so he did have a reason for having the scissors. He also did state that the red shorts it was swimwear. He was changing his clothes. They were not boxers, Your Honor. And so again, we'd be asking for the lowest possible bond being set in this case.
Defendant's gonna receive a $1,000 surety bond. He's to stay away from the entire Beltline. I am gonna ask that he engage with a social worker. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional? All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Allen. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
Number 4, Mr. Batista.
Mr. Batista, your case is 26 CR 003366J. You're charged with battery, family violence, and 5 counts of cruelty to children in the third, as well as reckless conduct. Do you understand your rights? All right, Ms. Hardy?
No history to report at this time.
All right, thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $5,000 good bond on the battery family violence, 500 good on each of those cruelty charges for 2,500 total, and on the reckless conduct 2,500 total good bond. That makes a $10,000 total good bond with conditions no further contact with Mary Carmen Bailon Valente and to stay away from her location at 1155 Woodland Avenue in Atlanta, as well as no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. These facts allege that officers were flagged down by a teenage boy reporting that his mother was being beat inside the home. Officers saw the defendant and victim come out of the apartment, and the victim had redness and swelling on her face. She said she had been asleep in her bed when she was awakened by the defendant punching her in the face multiple times. All 5 children were in the house when this occurred, including Jose Bailon, who flagged him down. Now, the son, Jose Bailon, grabbed a firearm to defend his mother, but the defendant got it from him and discharged it twice with all 5 children in the home. We were able to speak with Miss Mary Carmen. We did have to speak with her via a language line, so I do not believe she's going to be on Zoom today. But she said that she and the defendant have been together about 5 years. They have not lived together for about 2 weeks, but she let him back just this one time. The only child they share is the youngest, but she confirmed the events in the warrant, says he's always been aggressive with her, has put his hands on her many times. She says he does this every time he drinks. She wants a no contact order for her and her 5 children and to stay away from her home. She would be sending us photographs of her face, and we did a danger assessment, which found that this man is a danger to Miss Mary Carmen Valente. So for those reasons, we are asking for the $10,000 total good bond, no further contact, stay away, and have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
All right, is that party on the line, Ms. Mary Carmen Valente? All right, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Batista, he is 26 years young, Your Honor, and I believe this is his first arrest. He has been here in Georgia for the last 2 years, and he does have a one child with complaining witness, and he has no objection to no contact and stay away from the incident location, which is her place, and they are not legally married. He is only thing that he cares for is third party transfer for his child. He after getting a middle school education, he's been working at the restaurant in the kitchen area whole time. We asked for signature on bond through pre-trial level 1 and no further contact and stay away. Thank you.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $7,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. Yes, 1,000 each count. He is to have no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from her location. He can engage a third party to transfer his own child. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. He's going to take the 2-day anger awareness, and his case will be reset for the notice. Is there anything additional? All right, level 1, yes. All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Mr. Christian.
Mr. Christian, your case is 26 CR 003377D. You're charged with battery, family violence, and 2 counts of cruelty to children in the third, You understand your rights? Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was February 23rd, 2019, out of College Park for a DUI. They have 2 arrest cycles. There was a misdemeanor conviction in 2011 out of Riverdale for a DUI. Nothing further.
All right, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $3,000 good bond on the battery of family violence, 1,000 on each cruelty, for a total of 5,000, with conditions no further contact with Manai Cameron. These facts allege that the victim had arrived at the defendant's house to pick up their children. While driving there, the defendant was calling her, questioning her. So when she arrived, he was very aggressive. The defendant told both children to go back inside. Then he grabbed the victim's face through the driver's side window, placing a few fingers in her mouth down her throat. The defendant then grabbed and threw her cell phone, and the defendant's sister had to come intervene. The victim was screaming for her older son to help, so both Mason Christian and Julian Christian ran out and witnessed the defendant grab her through the window. We were able to speak with Miss Cameron. She said she and the defendant are not together. They just share the 12-year-old child. She says they've been broken up for about 6 or 7 months and have had no dealings at all since that time until this incident. She confirmed the events in the warrant, says she was watching her younger child, who's not the defendant's child. The victim wanted to go pick them up, but the defendant told her he was asleep. She ended up going to a few stores, had a nap at her boyfriend's house, and then by the time she was making it back to the defendant's house, he was really upset, mad at her, and that's why he was so aggressive. She said she had a feeling the defendant would do something crazy. She pulled up and locked her doors, only rolled the windows down. When she saw her kids, she rolled them down to tell the kids to get in the car. That's when the defendant rushed to her car, pushed the window down, grabbed her face, and put his fingers in her mouth. She did send us photographs, and they are pretty nasty. She's got active bleeding, large gashes in her face. And so she would like him to have a good bond. She would also like no contact and a stay away. She's fine with third-party transport of the kids, but does not want to have any contact with him. She did indicate she would not be on Zoom, but just to be fair, if we could sound for Miss Cameron.
All right, is Ms. Cameron present? All right, hearing none, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Christian is 37 years old, even though he was born in New York. He's been here in Georgia for more than 20 years. Your Honor, complainant witness does not live at incident location. They don't live together. That incident location is my client's place. So I object to the stay away. He has no objection to no contact at all. They have not. He does not actually want to have any contact. He doesn't have any previous violence cases in the past, so we would like to request for a signature on that. And after graduating from high school successfully, he went to go get college. He's been studying there for about 2 years for computer science. Right now, he's gainfully employed at Marriott Hotel. And Your Honor, we ask for signature on bond and no contact. Okay, to return third-party transfer for his 12 years old child. That's all, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $4,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services, 3,000 count 1 and 500 on each remaining count. He's to have absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. I'm not going to require to stay away if the victim resides, if the victim has left the location. He can return with law enforcement to make that determination. If the victim is still there, he'll need to stay away. If she's no longer there, he can return. He's going to take a 2-day anger awareness course, and he's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Is there anything additional?
That was level 1, right?
Level 1.
All right.
We had a third-party transfer, right?
Oh, right, and he can have a third-party transfer of his child.
Thank
Best
you,
of
Your
luck
Honor.
to you, sir. What do we have next?
Number 12, Mr. Cooper.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Cooper. Your case is 26CR003391D. You're charged with theft by shoplifting. You understand your rights? All right, Ms. Hardy.
The last arrest was July the 10th, 2025 out of DeKalb. Theft by shoplifting, obstruction, and false info to law enforcement. There's 31 arrest cycles. There's an open case for theft by shoplifting, 24CR 000492K. There's a 2025 misdemeanor conviction for theft by shoplifting, 2008 burglary, 2012 criminal trespass. Appears to be a holdout of Decatur for an FTA, and the date of that is February 6, 2026. Nothing further.
You, Ms. Tucker, most concerned with what he took in from where?
Yes, Judge, he had 3 large bags of laundry detergent pods totaling $35.89 from the Family Dollar at Main Street in East Point. But considering that history, we're asking for a $2,000 good bond with a stay away from this Family Dollar at 3031 Main Street in East Point.
All right, thank you. Who represents this defendant, Ms. Kim?
No, Your Honor, I didn't actually see the conflict. Your Honor, this is
Okay, defendant is gonna receive a $10 cash fine. He's to stay away from that Family Dollar location, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And because he did not receive, well, this is low cash fine, so we will reset him June 9th, state all purpose. Is there anything additional, Ms. Tucker?
Nothing further.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
15, Mr. Gillis.
All right, Mr. Gillis.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
Mr. Gillis, your case is 26CR003418E. You're charged with battery, family violence, and criminal trespass and damage. You understand your rights? Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hardy.
Their last arrest. I'm sorry, can't read my notes. Their last arrest. Well, they have 9 cycles, arrests out of Georgia and Florida. There is an open case for aggravated assault and possession of a firearm under 25 SC 005765. One for robbery, 25 SC 005278. There is a misdemeanor conviction out of Florida for resisting officer, FTA from 2024 and 2025. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, you did hear about that open aggravated assault. That is against this same victim. As well as what she's told us, we're very, very concerned about the safety of this victim. We're asking for a $20,000 good bond on the battery family violence, a $5,000 good bond on the criminal trespass and damage, for a total of $25,000, with conditions no further contact with Naire Sylvia and to stay away from 8350 Roswell Road in Sandy Springs. These facts allege that an argument occurred when the victim let her ex-boyfriend and her child's father, the defendant is the child's father, but brought them both into the home, led to the defendant grabbing her phone, throwing it on the ground, damaging it, excuse me. Then he punched her in her arm, leaving a large bruise. They do have a child together and are living together at this location. But we were able to speak with Miss Sylvia. She says, in this incident, the defendant slapped her so hard in the face that her jaw made a pop sound, and it was hard for her to hear out of her ear for a couple of moments. She says this defendant has previously shot her in DeKalb County in 2024. He had a switch on the gun, so she was shot 4 times. She does share a child with him, and the defendant has thrown their child on the floor around April 29th to May 1st of this year. That child is only 6 months old. She says he's extremely abusive. She did not want to be on Zoom today. She's terrified of this defendant. We are trying to get her medical records, but we are just very, very concerned for this victim. The the lethality assessment is very high. So for those reasons, we're asking for that $2,500 good bond, no further contact with Miss Nyree Sylvia, and to stay away from 8350 Roswell Road in Sandy Springs. She did indicate she would not be on Zoom, but if we could just sound for her, Miss Sylvia.
Is Miss Sylvia present? Okay, who represents this defendant?
Public attorney, Your Honor.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna reset him to Friday in the hopes that the conflict attorney will appear. Defendant is gonna receive a $10,000 surety bond on count one and a $5,000 surety bond on count two for a total of $15,000. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from that location on Roswell Road, and have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. In light of the high surety bond, I'm resetting him to Friday's SCA in the hope that a conflict attorney will appear. All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
18, Mr. Hill.
All right, Mr. Hill, your case is 26 CR 003364C. You're charged with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the third. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Hardy.
The last arrest was December 9th, 2022 out of DeKalb for battery. They have 4 arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia and Alabama. Nothing further.
Okay. Ms. Spears.
Yes, Your Honor. This is also a high-risk case. The lethality assessment is extremely high. The victim has been in contact with my office since last Friday, trying to go into hiding from this defendant. I believe she might be on Zoom, but I'm not positive. It notes in the warrant that South Fulton Police Department responded 5 times for a domestic dispute since May 21st. That's 5 times in 5 days. So we have pretty grave concerns about this. Not sure if it's going to be a felony transfer. We are asking for a $50,000 cash bond. No further contact with the victim. That would be Jordan, Jordyn Harrison, or the minor child. Stay away from 4271 Foxtail Ferry, despite her being in hiding elsewhere, and the Family Violence Intervention Program. If we could sound for Miss Harrison.
All right, is Ms. Harrison present? All right, hearing none, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hill is 26 years young, and he was born in Alabama. However, he has lived here in Georgia all of his life, and they do share one child, and they don't live together, Your Honor. He does not live at the incident location, I believe. So it is completely okay to stay away from that incident location. And Your Honor, those calls to the police, he was the one who called 4 out of those 5 times. And he is actually the one who is trying to get PTO against her. And he actually filed last Friday, and Your Honor, so it's kind of like the story is twisted against my client. My client was doing all this for self-defense, and Your Honor, he has no objection to no contact, stay away. However, he does want to have a third-party transfer. He's currently residing with his father and grandmother. After high school graduation, he went to Villamount College for business communication. And also, Your Honor, he is currently gainfully employed at Sanova Energy as some kind of agent in the company. We ask for signature on bond, no matter what level it may be, and then also third-party transfer. Thank you.
Your Honor, Jordan is here. She's having some there she is. She just popped
All
up.
right, hurry up. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give today? She's frozen.
She's there. I see her with her hand up.
All right, it froze for a second.
Okay.
Do you swear or affirm? Please unmute. Please sit down. Please sit or stop moving. All right. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge? All right. What would you like to tell me?
I cannot hear anything on that. I think she's frozen.
She's frozen. Okay, I give her a second to figure that out.
If I can read what we were able to get from her, Your Honor.
She's back. Let's not do that. She's
Okay.
back. While she's back, oh, I think it froze again. Okay, why don't it was working for a minute, ma'am. Why don't you stay in one spot? Right. Why don't you stay right? We cannot hear you. Okay, I don't know what we're gonna Miss all right, there you are. Please raise your right hand again. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, what would you like to tell me?
Just in regards to all of this, I'm just afraid for my safety and my child's safety. If the I don't want any contact. I don't want to create any more conflict. I just want to protect me and my child. So I'm just requesting that there is no contact between me and him. That he stay away from the residence, and that I be allowed to remain in the home with our child. And that like I guess any contact, I just don't want any. As far as what the I guess his defendant or whoever's representing him said. I'm the one that called the police, and we do live in the same home because the TPO order that he went to file on me has this address, the 4271.
All right. I appreciate you coming to court to make this statement. Defendant is going to receive a $7,500 surety bond, $5,000 on count one, $2,500 on count two. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from that location. He can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items. He's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Is there anything additional?
You want to repeat that bond amount again?
5,000, count one, 2,500, count two.
Thank you.
Didn't we have a third party transfer? I couldn't hear that.
All right, and he can have third party transfer of the child.
We would strongly encourage FVIP in light of the danger assessment and the request from the client.
In light of the fact that I'm not allowing him to return at this time and enforcing a no contact, I'm not gonna do FVIP at this time. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to all parties concerned. Who do we have next?
Can you have a 10% tariff program, Your Honor?
No, on that one, Ms. Kim. All right, who do we have next?
22, Mr. Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson is coming forward. Mr. Johnson, your case is 26 CR 003375Y. You're charged with theft by shoplifting. Do you understand your rights?
Okay, I'm here.
All right, Ms. Hardy.
Their last arrest was October 7th, 2025, out of Gwinnett for a probation violation. They have 35 arrest cycles. There was a misdemeanor conviction in 2024 for battery, 2009 criminal trespass, FTA from 2024. Nothing further to report.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Spear. Most concerned with what he took in from where?
$57, well, $58 of household cleaning supplies from the Family Dollar. There's a $1,200 already set, so we would ask that it remain and stay away from all Family Dollar stores.
Okay, which Family Dollar was it?
I will check the exact location. We
I'm
don't know
sorry,
if
it's the Family Dollar on Main Street in East Point.
Okay,
Thank you, Ms. Bridgewater.
That was a popular Family Dollar.
Yes.
Couple of days. Okay, thank you, Ms. Spear. Miss Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson is 56 years old, Your Honor. He does have a really good mailing address. However, he has been residentially challenged for the last 3 years. And Your Honor, we asked for signature on bond through jail. He has to go to Gwinnett County for another case, so he will be incarcerated for a long time. We asked for some mercy. After 12 straight, at this point, he is unemployed. He does have a serious concern, so I am actually recommending him for social worker visit for housing resources and DHET. And we ask for the lowest possible bond. Thank you.
Defendant's gonna receive a $5 cash bond. He's to stay away from the Family Dollar in East Point. All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Number 24, Mr. Lake.
Okay. Mr. Lay, your case is 26 CR 003378D. You're charged with battery, family violence. Mr. Lay, oh, there he is. Do you understand your rights, Mr. Lay? All right, Ms. Hardy.
Their last arrest was October the 9th, 2013, out of Atlanta for driving while license suspended or revoked. There are 2 arrest cycles. Nothing further to report.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, Sharon, the victim, Mr. Eric Carnegas, I'm so sorry if I said that wrong, is present and we have spoken with him. We are asking for a $2,000 surety, no further contact with Eric Carnegas. Sorry if I said that wrong, although I do believe he will be asking for no further violent contact. Stay away from 1805 Honeysuckle Lane and the FVIP, as this is intimate partner violence. Allegedly, Mr. Lay, the defendant, came to the location, got in multiple verbal altercations with the defendant, causing a laceration over his eye, and threw a cup of water on him. If we could sound for Mr. Carnegas, and of course, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
All right, Mr. Carnegie, if you wish to make a statement, please turn your camera on, raise your right hand, and await instructions. Statements are not required, but if you wish to, this is your opportunity. Okay, Ms. Kim?
I just want to verify, this is for Mr. Lay, 24, am I correct?
Correct.
Yes, because his alleged victim, Mr. Eric Carnegie, is his uncle. They're not intimate partners, so.
Hello?
Hold 1 second, Mr. Carnegie. I'm sorry, Ms. Kim.
Ma'am?
Hold 1 second. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lay is 46 years old, and they have been living together ever since they both have a same tragedy experience. So they do feel pain for each other. They both lost their child, and it has been extremely hard and difficult. My client has another child that he is paying lots of child support. So
Okay, before you go on, Ms. Kim, you were going to tell me something. You were disputing something. What was it?
Ma'am?
No, Mr. Carnegie, please hold on. You're just slowing us down. Please hold. Ms. Kim, what were you telling me?
Okay, the alleged victim is not an intimate partner, Your Honor.
Okay, that's what I couldn't hear that part. Mr. Carnegie, go ahead and unmute and please raise your right hand. If you wish to make a statement, Mr. Carnegie, this is your opportunity.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but we can't see you. Turn your camera on.
I'm sorry, say it again?
Please turn your camera on.
Okay, thank you. Camera.
Start my video, right. The camera should be on. There it is.
Is it on now? Can you see me now?
No.
Try to. There's the camera on there. Camera.
It said start my video.
Okay, start my video, but the camera comes up and it won't. Give me a minute, please, Your Honor.
This phone freezes, that's all. There we go.
Can you see me now? No, I see you. There. That should do it there. Well, I want to. The camera right there, you got
the video, you got it blocked. Right there is out.
Right, but it's just when you press it, should unblock like the microphone did.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Come on, please, God.
This meeting is being monitored. Hello? Hello?
Can you hear us? Hello? Oh God, get me to move, please.
Now stop out. There you go.
What I want to do, man? Are you there?
We can't see you, and it's a horrible echo every time I say something. I think you have to figure this out quickly.
Ma'am, say that one more time. I'm sorry. Can I say something without you being able to see me?
No,
No.
unfortunately not. You have to figure this out.
I'm trying to figure.
Chat, show captions, meeting setting, video setting. Which one you want?
Just do that. I want chat, show captions.
Show
None
caption.
of that. I need this camera to come on. Okay. It's showing video, but it's saying a red mark across there. It won't clear. Man, this is up here.
Let's see. Maybe it's up there.
Okay, we can't spend too much more time on this. Please mute them for a second. We're gonna have to go back to Miss Kim. I'm sorry, Miss. I have since forgotten, Miss Spear, what you requested. What I'm so sorry. This has been a challenging moment for me. Miss Spear, what was your recommendation?
$2,000 surety. We will amend based on what the victim had told us to no violent contact with Eric Carnegas, if I said that right.
Okay, and Miss Kim, the contention is that they are not intimate partners, just supportive friends.
So their uncle and
Okay, well, in light of his limited history, I'm inclined to do the signature bond through pretrial services at level 1 with a no further violent contact, as well as a 1-day anger awareness course. Is there any objection to that?
no, Your Honor, we have no objection.
All right, and I'm sure that a victim witness advocate will get in touch with Mr. Carnegas if he objects to the no further violent contact. Defendant is going to receive a $3,500 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim and take the 1-day anger awareness course. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and the case will be reset for the notice. Best of luck to you, Mr. Lay, and to Mr. Carnegas. And I do appreciate your efforts in trying to get on Zoom today. Who do we have next?
25, Mr. Lemons.
All right, Mr. Lemons, your case is 26 CR 003380A. You're charged with theft by taking. You understand your rights today? Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Hardy.
The last arrest was April 3rd, 2025 out of Hall County for a probation violation. There are 21 arrest cycles, FTAs in 2022 and 2023. There is a 2013 felony conviction for burglary and criminal damage to property where they got first offender, but it was revoked in 2013. 2023 battery, family violence. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Spear, most interested in what he took and from where?
He took a black laptop bag from Windmill Arts, which the victim paid to get back in the form of $120. Defendant was arrested, had the 120 on him, said He took the bag because he saw it by itself. There's a $1,000 surety already set. We would ask that it remain. We have not had contact with the victim, so we are requesting no further contact with the victim, Nathan Jerpy, and I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Stay away from Windmill Arts located at 2823 Church Street in East Point and the anti-theft course as needed. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kim.
Yes, my client is 32 years old, Georgia native, Your Honor, and he does not have any child. After graduating from high school successfully, he has been taking biology classes through online college. And right now he is working part-time at Steph Jones. Your Honor, he has been residentially challenged for the last 5 years, even though he has a mailing address. He does have some challenges, and I'm going to ask social worker to provide housing resources and also BHET. We asked for a signature on bond through a free trial. I don't think that there was any intent, and he doesn't even know if he actually took it or whatever. And I think the alleged victim is not complaining that it was completely gone. I think he got it back. We asked for a signature on bond. No contact, stay away, totally fine with my client. Thank
All right,
you.
defendant's gonna receive a $5 cash bond. He's to stay away from that location. Have no contact with Mr. Jerby. Is Mr. Jerby present? Wishes to make a statement? And he said have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
31, Mr. Shoemaker.
Mr. Shoemaker, your case is 26 CR 003383C. You're charged with theft by shoplifting. You understand, right?
Well,
Ms. Hardy.
Last arrest was April 25th, 2026, out of Chamblee for theft by shoplifting and criminal trespass. There are 11 arrest cycles, open case for possession schedule 2, sale of martyr tokens and false info to law enforcement, 26 SC 000112, felony conviction 2016 for aggravated assault. Nothing further.
All right, thank you, Ms. Spear. Again, what did he take and from where? Allegedly.
3 packages of chicken, 2 packages of steak, and a drink totaling $151.61 from Walmart. He does have a $3,500 surety already set based on the open theft by shoplifting from a month ago, the 2024 theft by shoplifting, and the 2024 parole violation. We are asking that it remain. We also ask that he stay away from all Walmart locations. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Thank you, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Shoemaker, is 48 years old, Georgia native, Your Honor. He does not have any child, but he has been residentially challenged for last year. It has been extremely difficult. After 9th grade, Your Honor, he does not have any further education. At this point, he has no employment either. He said he was very, very hungry, and I'm going to ask social worker to provide housing resources and BHET, and we asked for a signature on bond. He was extremely hungry, Your Honor.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $5 cash bond. He's to stay away from that particular Walmart. What was the Walmart? Which one was it? And have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
835 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive.
Thank you. That's the Walmart he needs to stay away from. He'll be reset to the June 9th state all purpose. Best of luck to you, Mr. Shoemaker. Who do we have next?
39, Mr. Wilcox.
Mr. Wilcox, your case is 26 CR 003412C. You're charged with possession and use of drug-related objects on a pedestrian, not on the sidewalk, and obstruction. You understand your rights?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Ms. Hardy?
Last arrest was August 8th, 2025, out of DeKalb for an FTA. There are 19 cycles out of Georgia, 2 out of Texas, 9 out of California, 11 out of Virginia. There was a 2023 felony conviction for theft by shoplifting, 2005 disorderly conduct, 2019 grand larceny out of Virginia, FTA from 2023 and 2025. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Kim. I'm sorry, Ms. Spear.
I just want to verify that this is in fact Tony Wilcox that we are discussing, because I just want to verify. Your Honor, this arrest was a result of patrolling and conducting surveillance on Forsyth, specifically 241 Forsyth, the Greyhound station. Officers observed three men in reflective vests, likely running some kind of roadway parking illegal scheme. When approached, Mr. Wilcox gave the name Antonio Crawford with the date of birth January 8th, 1967, and provided an ID out of Ohio. Nothing was found. They asked him multiple times. Then he provided a different date of birth. No such luck. The officer threatened felony obstruction, and he provided his name of Tony Wilcox. He also was searched incident to arrest, and that is when the drug-related object was found, and he had a warrant out of DeKalb for the failure to appear, as already mentioned. There is a $2,000 surety per charge already set. We do ask that it remain. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
All right, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Mr. Wilcox is 58 years old, Your Honor. Even though he has a mailing address, he has been residentially challenged for about a month. He got evicted from his old place. At this point, he is struggling financially because he does not have any employment, Your Honor. He's been here in Georgia for the last 28 years, and he has two adult children. After graduating from high school, he studied to become an electrician, and he also served our country from 1991 to 1994. Army, that's what he was doing. Your Honor, he does have a severe disability, and he does need some help in terms of social worker visit for housing resources and CHT. We ask for signature on bond, considering the fact that he will have to be here until the county comes and get him. And that's what we would like to request for, Your Honor.
All right, defendant is gonna receive a $2,001 split bond. It'll be $1,000 signature bond through the jail on count one, $1,000 signature bond through the jail on count two, and $1 cash bond on count three. He's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. His case, because of the dollar cash bond, is going to state all purpose on June 9th. Is there anything additional?
Okay. Thank
All
you, Your
right.
Honor.
All right. All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes this case. Who do we have next?
We going to waive case number 14, Ms. Dillon.
All right, I'm sorry, was this a waiver?
Yes.
Okay, we'll take up waive case Ashley Dillon, 26 CR 003394J, in which defendant is charged with simple battery family violence. Ms. Hardy?
Who do I talk to? Nobody.
No history to report at this time.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we'd be asking for a $1,500 good bond, with conditions no further violent contact with Odyssey Good Game. There was an argument over sending money to an old Cash App account, which led to the defendant becoming irate. He grabbed and fought with the victim, so he wanted her out of his apartment. We were able to get in contact with Mr. Good Game. He confirmed the events in the warrant. He said he had no idea defendant would be arrested, and he didn't want her arrested. He just wanted her to leave. They have not spoken since this incident. It did occur in January of this year. He's okay with either a signature bond or a good bond, whatever the state feels is appropriate. He just would like no further violent contact. Because he says he doesn't really see her anyways. They haven't been together since this incident. He will not be on Zoom.
All right, I'll sound anyways. Odyssey Good Game present. All right, let's, the defense objects. Defendant will receive a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services at level 1 to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim and will be reset further notice. Any objections, Ms. Kim?
Excuse me, Your Honor, I hate to do this, but what position is this?
Number 14, Ashley Dillon.
Okay, and go over those bond amounts for me again, if you don't.
3,000 signature through pretrial level 1, no further violent contact with Odyssey Good Game and reset further notice. Ms. Kim, objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, that matter is so reset with a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. All right, position 10 is the only other position. I'm assuming that's a waiver as well?
Position 10,
And
Your
there
Honor.
was one add-on, Judge, that got added on halfway through this calendar.
I don't know how we're continuing to do that. What about position 10?
That's not my client. I'm just quickly looking into see what's going on.
I prepped Jeannie Kemp. Did she make bond? Is that why she's not there?
Actually, Your Honor, this is also a conflict case, Emmanuel Clemens.
Okay, and is Mr. Clemens gonna be brought?
I believe not. I think that there's
I'm sorry, say that again?
bond was paid, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Ms. Kim, I still can't hear you. What'd you say?
Bond was paid.
Oh, he made bond. Okay.
On Clemens.
Okay. He bonded out. So the add-on case, Harrison, what happened to that person?
That's a felony transfer.
No, Jennifer, Mary accused it while we were in court, and so we're prepared to argue it. It was going to be a felony transfer, but I was speaking with Mary. If we did not get it transferred, it was going to be a Riverside by Friday. So we'll just
But the problem is that that person is probably not gonna get pulled because
A waiver.
it's a waiver.
Yes, Your Honor.
Harrison is a waiver? Okay.
I interviewed him. Yes.
All right, we'll take that case in 26 CR 003432Y, in which Lee Harrison is charged with 2 counts of battery family violence. I don't know if you have this history, Ms. Hardy. Do you have it?
I do.
All right, please proceed.
Last arrest was May the 28th, 2024 out of Clayton for reckless conduct, obstruction, and fleeing. They have 20 arrest cycles. There was a 2017 terroristic threats and acts felony conviction, 2005 fleeing and attempting to elude out of Clayton, FTA from 96. Nothing further.
All right, thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we'd be asking for a $10,000 good bond. If not inclined to give a $10,000 cash bond. If you're not inclined to give a cash bond, we'd be asking for a $20,000 good bond with conditions no further contact with Stacy Wallace and to stay away from 661 Brownwood Avenue in Atlanta. These facts allege that the victim met up with her on and off again boyfriend. The defendant told him she did not want to be in a relationship anymore, so he punched her in the face, then jumped on her. And she told the officer she couldn't remember what happened after that, but she suffered a black swollen eye, bruising on both of her arms, and injuries to her ribs. We were able to speak with her. She confirmed the events in the report, says she went to Emory, that she had actually broken her arm in an unrelated incident. But in this incident, the defendant had pulled off the cast and had punched her in the arm, breaking her arm again. She had to go into emergency surgery the very next day. Because of this, she did not take any photographs, but she says there's been multiple incidents between them. Not just this one. She did go on to tell us about incidents in 2016 to 2017 when he punched her in the face while she was in a treatment facility in Griffin. He punched her in the face in 2017. Then, when she was in a treatment facility in Griffin, he called and made a bomb threat to the facility if they wouldn't let him come in there. She said she wants nothing to do with him. She also claimed she was pregnant with his child, or he claimed he was pregnant with his child, but she says she's never been pregnant by the defendant. We're trying to get her medical release, proving that her arm was broken on this date, and if that happens, we will be attempting to upgrade this to a felony. She wants him to not get a bond at all. We explained to her that as a misdemeanor, he is entitled to a bond. She said she would at least like a cash bond. She says his mother will find a way to get him out no matter what. She would definitely like no contact. and a stay away from her location. She indicated she would not be on the Zoom. But if we sounded for her, her name is Stacy Wallace.
Is Ms. Wallace present? All right, Ms. Kim.
Mr. Papa Lee, actually, he is known as a Papa Lee to his two grandsons, Your Honor. He is 51 years old, born and raised here in Georgia. He has one adult child who has two grandchildren. After graduating from 1998, he got GED, and he also had technical training, Your Honor. My client says that Miss Stacy Wallace is a long-term friend. Ever since he was elementary school, they were like, he says she is elementary school sweetheart. The incident location is my client's place where he resides with his mother, who is 85 years old. And my client is currently a caregiver to his mother. His mother may not be able to know how to check in terms of coming into the Zoom or making a bond payment. So if he doesn't get signature on bond, he may not be able to make any bond payment. We ask for the lowest possible bond. Signature bonds preferred, but if your honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, considering the fact that that FTA was 1996, 30 years ago, and other cases were very old, we ask for a maximum $1,000 surety bond, and no contact is totally fine as long as he does not have to stay away from his mother's place. Thank you.
All right, defendant is gonna receive a $6,000 surety bond, 3,000 on each count. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim. Ms. Tucker, was the allegation that she did stay at that location?
She just said she would like a stay away. So I assumed it was this location, but she did not specify this location.
Okay,
Do a general
he can
order.
return with law enforcement to make a determination as to whether she resides there. If they're not there, he can return. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and his case will be reset to all purpose on the 9th. All right, are we complete SCA today?
I believe so, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Bridgewater, will you please review for me?
Yes. Once again, the reset date for the SAP calendar is June the 9th. Position number 1 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. Position 2 is reset to Friday, May 29th. 3 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $8,000 good bond. 4 is reset further notice with a total $7,000 SOB through pretrial. 5 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. Position 6 is going to be reset on Friday to the SEA calendar. However, a $1,000 good bond has been set. 7 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,500 good bond. Position 8, reset to the SAP calendar with a $1,500 good bond. 9 is reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 10 is reset further notice the defendant was released. 11 is reset further notice with a $3,500 SOB through pretrial. Position 12 is going to the SAP calendar with a $10 cash bond. 13 is reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 14, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 15 is going to the C calendar on Friday. However, a $15,000 total good bond has been ordered. 16, SAP calendar with a $5,000 good bond. 17, reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 18, SAP calendar with a total $7,500 good bond. 19, SAP calendar with a $1,500 good bond. 20, SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 21, SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. 22, SAP calendar with a $5 cash bond. 23, SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 24 is reset further notice with a $3,500 SOB through pretrial. 25 is going to the SAP calendar with a $5 cash bond. 26, SAP calendar with a $2,000 good bond. 27, SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 28, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 29 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $3,500 good bond. 30, SAP calendar with a $1,500 good bond. 31, SAP calendar with a $5 cash bond. 32, SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 33 is reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial per judge. 34, reset further notice with a $4,000 SOB through pretrial. 35 is going to the SAP calendar with a $2,000 good bond. 36, reset further notice with a total $2,500 SOB through pretrial. 37, going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,500 good bond. 38, SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 39, SAP calendar with a total $2,001 split bond. 40, reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through the jail. And for the add-on calendar, it is going to the SAP calendar with a total $6,000 good bond. Are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
All good?
I believe so. If that's it, I don't see Your Honor, but I believe we're good to go, you guys.
Oh, okay, I'm here. I'm so sorry. I couldn't figure out how to unmute.
It's been that kind of day.
It really has. Miss Cunningham has a question. Very briefly, Miss Cunningham. What is your question?
Yes, I will be brief. Just what does a signature bond mean? I'm a little ignorant when it comes to that.
Okay, a signature bond is where we permit the defendant to sign their own bond and release themselves from the Fulton County Jail.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ms. Cunningham. All right, we will be in recess until Friday's SCA calendar. Were there any other comments, changes, corrections, or questions? All right, everyone, take care. Thank you all. Miss Bridgewater, I'm standing by waiting for the
Okay,
orders.
I'm going to get them to you as quickly
Yes, ma'am.
as I
I'm
can.
sitting here. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Take
Okay.
care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.